The darkness continues.
Open your mind.
Dark exodus. Dark exodus. The protest. Dark exodus. Open your mind.
You know.
Yeah, X.
You know.
Dark exodus. You understand? Yeah, X.
You know.
You understand? Open your mind. Dark X. Yeah, X.
You know.
You understand?
Yeah, X.
Open your mind.
Dark exodus, dark exodus, dark exodus, dark exodus.
And we are back. Peace, folk. Welcome back to another edition of the Popular Thought Series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that I'm sure plenty of brothers can relate to. The old order of protection and how you can get served up by it if you're stupid about it. All right. But before we get started, y'all know I always start the stream off with thanking you good folks for your likes, your shares, your views, your subs, and of course, your hard-earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because I realize you don't have to do it, man. You don't have to show up to these goddamn shows. You don't have to show up to these debates. You don't have to watch them. You don't have to share them, like them. And you definitely don't have to drop your hard-earned coins on this here platform. But you good folk, man, you choose to do so, man. Night after night, week after week, you are here when you could be anywhere. And I don't take you good folks lightly, man. I never have and I never will. You got my word on that. I start the stream like this every night. And I know y'all get tired of me saying it, but I don't give a damn. I'm going to keep saying it as long as you keep supporting me. All right. I'm humbled, man. I'm honored. I'm appreciative, man. But most importantly, I'm thankful for all you good folks, man. All right. And that goes for the good folks who hang out there and the good folks that hang out up in here. All right. All right. So let's get at it. And damn, my camera's lagging a little bit. I can see that. We got some lag, folks. I don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, man, tonight, man, we're going to talk about this here, man. And most of you brothers, man, you know what it is, man. And I'm going to be joined by my brother Perfect Black as well. So yeah, get ready, man. But before we get started, y'all know we always start the stream off with a little section of the show that I like to call the old mama of the day. Yeah, it's time for mama of the day, the old mama of the day. And today's old mama of the day hails from Florida. And it says, Florida mom charged after baby drowns in bathtub while she does nails. Ain't that something? But anyway, says here, a young Florida mom has been charged in the death of her 7-month-old son who drowned in the bathtub while she left him unattended to do her nails. Alyssa Carolyn Jimmy, 22, was charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child under 18 for the accidental drowning death of her infant on May 20th, Local 10 reported. Jimmy was running a bath for her baby and his 3-year-old brother in her Miami-Dade home when she left the bathroom to do her nails in the home's garage. She told investigators she felt comfortable leaving the boys in the tub unattended because there was no drain plug and no water could flow freely down the drain. The garage, which houses an at-home manicure station, is about 62 feet away from the bathtub, according to police. When Jimmy returned to the bathroom about 5 to 10 minutes later, the tub was filled with water and her infant child was unconscious, she told police. The drain had been clogged with a small face towel, she said. She said she began CPR on the baby and ran to the neighbor's house to call 911 because her phone wasn't working. Because her phone wasn't working. And I'm assuming this is her, showing off her nails. Dumb old mama. The infant was rushed to an area hospital where medical staff were able to restart his heartbeat. Though he was presumed brain dead, he died 3 days later, according to NBC6. The Miami-Dade County medical examiner determined that the baby died from accidental drowning. A Miami-Dade circuit court judge set Jimmy's bond at $10,000. It's a very sad set of events. I'm sorry for your loss, Judge Mindy Glazer told the mother. Make sure you stay in touch with your attorney and listen to what they tell you. Now, this old mama here, right? She's got 2 babies, right? One 7-month-old. The other one is 3. And she leaves them in the bathtub while she goes and does her nails. Now, we're talking about prioritizing at this point, right? We're talking about what's more important. Why not do your nails after you bathe the babies or before? Why multitask with 2 babies in a bathtub while you're 62 feet away? 62 feet away from those kids. And I'm pretty sure there wasn't a clear line of sight because they say she was out in the garage doing the nails. So I'm pretty sure there was no clear line of sight to those babies. You done turned a couple corners. You done went down a hallway or 2, and you got 2 babies in the bathtub with water in it. I mean, this is beyond just simple negligence. This is just stupid. It's stupid. Why these old mamas have children is beyond me. It's beyond me. And of course, people will say, oh man, she just made a mistake. No. She made a bad fucking decision. She made a bad decision. She intentionally left those babies in that freaking tub, in that bathroom. Water running. Water running. I mean, it never crossed your mind that these babies could drown, you old mama. I mean, come on, man. What, you expected the 3-year-old to be able to save the 7-month-old? Is that what it was? And I'm pretty sure this wasn't the first time. She's probably done this multiple times. This time, one of the babies drowned. Could have been both of them. Could have been both of them. A 7-month-old. You leave a 7-month-old unattended with a 3-year-old in a tub with water in it. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, you old mama? What could possibly go wrong, you old mama? But there you have it. Our mama of the day. But yeah, man, let's go ahead, man, and get into this here. What's good, brother Perfect Black? I'm about to send you the link right now, my brother. Check your email. That should be coming through. That should be coming through, my brother, right about now. Yeah, so we're going to get into this, man. And the reason why I'm talking about this tonight because those of you who follow the Proper Thought series, remember we did a stream Wednesday night and I was talking about responses, right? And I brought up the case of Quadri Sanders. And those of you who don't remember or didn't see it, Quadri Sanders is this young fella here who was killed by the police in Oklahoma. He had his hands up. The police had been called by his ex-girl and they rolled up. He came out and he had his hands up and they shot him. He fell to the ground. They shot him some more. And of course, the brother died. Now, the cops who killed him, an officer Nathan and Officer Hinkle, have been indicted for Brother Quadri's murder. Now, they've been charged with manslaughter. I have my issues with that charge, but they have been charged. And hopefully we don't have to worry about them killing anyone else with a policeman's gun. I don't know if y'all saw the videotape of the young fella, but you know, don't just listen to me. I mean, pull it up. His name is Quadri Sanders, Quadry. Take a look at the video and decide for yourself. Come to your own conclusions. But yeah, it was tragic, man. It was a tragic thing. And the reason that I believe the cops were, I don't know, so amped up is because they were told that Brother Quadri had an order of protection on him, put on him by this woman. And they were also told that he had a gun. It's kind of crazy because, see, Oklahoma is an open carry state. I believe in Oklahoma, y'all can correct me on this if I'm wrong, but in Oklahoma, I don't even think you have to register your gun. So simply having a gun isn't a crime. Simply having a gun or being told that someone has a gun shouldn't automatically just put the police on high alert, being that it's an open carry state and it's perfectly legal to carry a handgun. So, like I said, the police have been charged. They have been indicted. I guess it remains to be seen what happens in this case. But the reason why he was killed, the reason why the cops were called there in the first place is because they were told that Brother Quadri had a gun and Brother Quadri had an order of protection against him. But we move on. And I see my brother Perfect Black has arrived. Go ahead and bring in my brother. Brother Perfect Black, man, what's good with it, man?
What's good, Brother X, man? How's it been going, man?
Man, I'm well, man. Just another night, man, on T.P.O.T, man, you know.
Absolutely, man.
But I want to get into these orders of protections because I know many brothers out there are familiar with this, man. They're familiar with the process. They're familiar with, you know, how this goes down. A lot of them, I would say, are warranted, but I do believe a lot of them are not. So we're going to get into these orders of protection. Now, I want to bring something up for y'all, right? Let me see. This here. Go ahead and share the screen. Now, this here is from something called Crosstown. And yeah. It's the white man's data. But the white man's data says that for domestic violence survivors, restraining orders offer little protection, right? It says abusers frequently violate the orders, often with no consequences. Now, I'm not going to bore you with the details of it, but I'm going to bring you down here where it says, I don't think the police have been trained. The first one that came, I had to show him the restraining order, show him the part that said he can't be here. Now, they're talking about a case of where a man violated an order of protection, and when the police got there, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't understand what was going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the chat because it's not really what I want to focus on. And y'all know how we do it here. I always take it, put it in the chat. I don't want you to listen to me. I want you to come to your own conclusions, as always. But I want to bring y'all to another one. And this one here. Which is very interesting. Now, this here, it says, what if I want to talk to the abusive person or get back together? And it asks the question. Now, this is in Massachusetts, all right? This is from the Massachusetts Law Reform Institute, right? More of the white man's data. It says, will I be violating the 209A protective order if I let the abusive person back in the house or call them or go to see them? Now, listen to that, right? Would they be violating the order if they let the quote unquote abusive person back into their life? Or if they decided to call them or go to see them? And underneath it says, no, the person who is named as a defendant on your 209A protective order is the only person who can violate it. You can't violate the order that is against the other person if you call or go to see them because you need to talk about the kids or something else. You're not violating the order. But if the order says they can't contact you and they do so, then they are violating the order. And underneath it says important. It says, if you do call the person you have the restraining order against or go see them or invite them over, the police and the court might think about this if you need their help in the future. If you contact them, the police might not be willing to arrest them or charge them with a crime in the future just for contacting you. Now we know that that's BS, because you can come over there, spend the night, y'all can wake up in the morning, have an argument, and guess what? The police will come lock your ass up, even if you told them that she called you to come over. We know that to be true. But I asked the question, why would a woman who has a protective order on you, why would she now call you or come to see you? I'm of the mind that if it has gotten to the point where she has an order of protection against you, it's supposed to be over after that, right? Y'all don't talk anymore. Y'all don't get together anymore. Y'all not boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. Y'all ain't fucking no more. That's what that's supposed to mean. But you can see here clearly where this woman asked, will I be violating the protective order if I let the abusive person back in the house? Why would you do that? And then underneath, it says, what should I do if we are getting back together? If you want to get back together or even just talk to the other person or see them, you can ask the court to change the order. The court can drop the no contact part of the order, but keep the no abuse part of the order. You can still have an order saying that they can abuse you, but they won't get in trouble just for contacting you or being with you. You can also ask the court to drop the other parts of the order. Make sure that you read the order and think about the parts you want to keep and the parts you want to let go. Then go to the court and tell the clerk that you want to make a motion to change your order. Use the plaintiff's motion to modify or terminate abuse prevention order form. Check the box on the form saying that you want the 209A order to be modified. Write on it how you want the order to change. Make sure you say which parts of the order you want to drop and which parts you want to keep, and why, or get the 209A protective order terminated. This will end the order completely. Now, just listen to that, right? They have all these options where they can modify the order, where they can say, okay, I want to cut this part out. I just don't want him to be able to abuse me and all of this kind of nonsense, right? But I say again, if it's gotten so bad, according to you, that you need an order of protection, why on earth would you be thinking about modifying it? This person's abusive, right? They do all this stuff to you. They've made your life horrible. Why would you want to be back in contact with this person? Brother Perfect Black, your thoughts?
Well, quite simple. To answer your question, Brother X, why would they want them to be back involved? Quite simply, it's for control. A man that she, files a protective order against, and then she voluntarily brings him back into his life, which actually happens. I think Officer Charles Faulkner will probably be able to tell you better than I can. But I would guesstimate and say that probably most protective orders, at least in the Black community, wind up just like that, where the woman allows him to come back into his life. And that way, she'll always have that to hang over his head. So that protective order becomes a measure of control. So that's to answer your question, Brother X. That's why they do it. It goes beyond that they just can't get enough of that D. Sure, that's of course that's part of it. That's part of it. But mainly it's a tool. It becomes an even extra tool of control. And when that guy is going to allow himself to be controlled that way, because he may not be thinking far enough down the road, or he just may just be thinking about that, he just want to just get him some and all of that. Okay, well, those type of guys, no matter how much of a thug they are very easily controlled because of that way right there. They don't have any dick discipline. So it's a measure of control. That's the reason why they do it.
Yeah, and it's something to be said, right, for a brother who, for whatever reason, I don't know why she got the order of protection against you. That's another story. That's another stream for another night. But once y'all are to the point where she's put an order of protection on you and you're aware of this order of protection, why would you go back? Like, I mean, you know that if you go back and she calls the police, your ass is leaving in handcuffs. So why go back? Why?
Because a lot of them are under false impressions about orders of protection. They may not know how they actually operate. In some places, if the woman basically allows that man to come back into her life, the so-called abuser, it could be depending upon the jurisdiction. I mean, it could be pretty much, made null and void right then and there, at least if the courts find out about it, right? Or, I know what guys need to do if that happened. If they got the proof of it, they can just go down. They can just go down, make a motion for the court and say, Your Honor, they bring their proof. She's been coming to me. She's been contacting me. She has physically contacted me, but I am the one that's supposed to be the one. That's if that guy hasn't gone to court like they should. Like most guys, when they get served with a protective order, they don't go to court. People don't understand that those initial orders of protections are normally emergency orders of protection, and it's followed by a court date. And they go to court, and the judge is like, okay, well, why should this, why are we here? What was the real purpose of this order of protection? So she has to bring her proof, and he has to bring his proof. Well, this is not happening. So, but a lot of guys don't go to court. They get served, and they just go to mind their own business. And when a woman goes to court, then the order of protection gets extended, right? And she gets what she wants. So, but a lot of guys they're under the wrong impression, and actually they think that she won't do anything. And again, discipline, lack thereof.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll say this to you, brothers, man, like, notwithstanding the reason why she got the order of protection, but if you got an order of protection on you, man, I don't give a shit what she say to you. Stay your ass the hell away from there, man.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
First, go to court, make her prove her allegations. Because most of the time, because of emergency order protection is very easy to get. All they got to do is go down and say, I fear for my life, or whatever the case may be. Every single time that my ex-wife she's levied a false allegation against me, there's been a temporary order of protection in that I couldn't see my child.
Yeah.
So I had to go to court, show that, hey, no, this didn't happen, bring paperwork of DCFS, or if DCFS hasn't finished the investigation, they said, well, we'll wait until DCFS finishes their investigation and conclude after that. So, but again, you got to go to court. They just can't go down and get a permanent order of protection. That still takes hearings, takes proof.
Yes.
So a lot of guys don't know that they feel that once you get that order, they're not even told by the sheriffs. The sheriffs that serve them, they're under the impression they give them the distinct impression that this is permanent, that the judge has already ordered, and no, that's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. Most of the time, this stuff is temporary, and you have to go down, and she has to go down and she has to then prove her case. Anybody can get an emergency order protection, but to have that order protection continued, she has to bring proof. Otherwise, it's just gonna get thrown out. Because each one on me, they were thrown out. Each one.
Yeah. I got this stat sheet that I pulled up, and I'm gonna put it in the chat so y'all can take a look at it, because the writing on it is small as hell. But it talks about the total restraining orders issued. All right. It says here 1,711,466 orders issued. Total restraining orders issued 1,240,517. Total final restraining orders issued 470,949.
There you go.
Now, I'm assuming that a big chunk of them, I mean more than 1 million and some change of them, thrown out, right? Thrown out of court. As it stands now, there's a total of 1,139,755 active orders. Now, it says orders per 1,000 adults issued 7.3. All right. They said average domestic violence restraining orders from civil court proceedings, restraining order petitions, 995,396. So a lot of orders come in, and we dip down again to the calculations, and it says issued orders 895,856, final orders 298,619. So just like Brother Perfect Black said, I'm assuming that some of those orders were fought or thrown out or whatever, because you're talking like out of the 895,000 issued, only about 25% of them became final. So there is that. And I will put this stat sheet in the chat for you brothers as well. And the reason why I'm doing this, not just because of, well, in a sense, because of what happened to Brother Quadri. Like I said earlier, he was there and he had an order of protection, and he wasn't supposed to be there, but he was there. You brothers got to think, like Brother Perfect Black said, you need to go ahead and go to court, fight it. Don't just let it linger around. And while you're in the process of fighting it, stay your ass away from the house. That too. I don't care what she says, because it is about control, isn't it? She knows that if she get on the phone and call the police on your black ass, you're going to jail. All right? Whether you've done anything or not, she can get mad at you because of you raising your voice. She can get mad at you because she found another woman's number in your phone. She can get mad at you because she found condoms in your pocket. Y'all see where I'm going here? Any little thing can kick off her anger and have your ass leaving in handcuffs. Because I believe if you are found guilty of violating it, I believe it's like, what, 90 days in jail, 120 days in jail, somewhere in there. So you've already got this piece of paper on you, man. Don't make it worse by showing up to her damn house. Now, of course, people will say, well, the woman, and she shouldn't be calling me. She want me to come over there and, smash or whatever. I don't give a shit. If she has an order of protection on you, that is your cue to stay away forever. I don't care if you were living there. Go live in the woods. Crash at your man house. Go back to your mama house. Sleep in your damn car. I don't know. Do not go there. That's one place you shouldn't be crashing, is there. And what's good, Brother Big Pontiac? I see you up there. Brother A Truism. What's good with it, man? I see you brothers up there. Yeah, man. I mean, it doesn't matter, because what I've seen in my life, right? I have seen women totally make shit up to get an order of protection. Just totally make shit up. I've seen it with my own eyes. Totally make things up. And then make up a lie and say the brother was there even when he wasn't. Even when he wasn't. Just to get at him. And you know what happens? The cops will come and pick your ass up if she tells you, if she tells them that you were there, even though you weren't. You weren't there. You were nowhere near there. She lied to get the order of protection, because like Brother Perfect Black says, it don't take much, man, for her to get that order of protection, man. She can conjure up a story and get an order of protection on you. And now that she's got that piece of paper, guess what? She can conjure up a story to get your ass locked up. So, I just think that brothers have to be wiser, man. And I say again, you probably have to be wise enough to not get this order protection on you in the first place. But if you got one of these old women around here who just like to conjure up and make up shit, Mrs. Make Up Shit, the last thing you want to do is be at her damn house for any reason. For any reason. Even if you know it's a lie, even if you know it's BS, you don't want to be at her house while you're in the process of fighting this damn order protection, even if it's BS. I mean, got to be smarter, man. You're going to get served up. You are, because they're going to believe her even if she's lying. They're going to believe her even if she's making up shit. They're going to come and lock your ass up, all right, if she go and tell them that you were there. They're going to come and find you, put a warrant, or if they can't find you, put a warrant out for you and come and lock your ass up. And you're going to be like, damn, what the hell am I getting locked up for? Oh, you violated an order of protection. What the hell are you talking about? I haven't seen this woman in months. It doesn't matter. Put your hands behind your damn back. That's what's going to happen, brothers. That's just the truth. But go ahead, Brother Perfect Black. You got it.
And here's another angle to this as well. Like I say, I mean, it's you when you get served, because they do have to serve you. Before that, you can go into they do have to serve you. They have to, show that they have that you were actively served. And after you get served, go to court, right? And let's just say if you go to court, you fight it, and you present your evidence, and you lose, right? You lose. Say you lose, and the judge said, you know what, I'm going to let this protective order go forward. What you can do, because you can in effect make the protective order basically a double-edged sword. You can ask the judge to stipulate within that protective order that she not be able to call you or contact you in any fashion, right? So, and if she does, you can just bring that proof to the courts, and they definitely will throw that out, because she would then be in violation herself, because it will be within that. And from what I've seen, because I've seen this, from what I've seen, most judges will oblige that request, because especially if you've been in the court, if you went to court and you did everything to fight your case and all of that, you like, Your Honor, this is not true. She be coming over to me and all of that. You get that stuff into court record, and then you ask the judge, Your Honor, well, could we say that she can't contact me as well, that she can't be around me as well? And most judges will be happy to oblige that, because it's still within the spirit, the quote unquote, they're still within the spirit of the so-called, of the protection that the woman needs. If she needs this protection, she shouldn't have no problem with having that type of request granted by the judge. So that's another angle that you can use when you're in the court, when you're fighting your case. Ask the judge. Just ask the judge, could she have some type of stipulation to not call you, to not contact you in any way, and in any way, shape, form, or fashion during the life of that protective order. So you can't contact her, she can't contact you. And if she does, file your motion from the court, gather your evidence, take it down there, and show the judge.
Yeah. Well, when they go and they get these orders of protection against brothers, does it automatically include the children? Are the children automatically included in it? I mean,
not necessarily. Not necessarily. If the children, it wasn't initially included in the initial, I guess, abuse. If this is just between them two, and the children are not involved, but chances are, if you got kids with this woman, now I will say this, even though there may be a protective order against her, if there is nothing to be said about the children, any type of visitation orders will still stand, because if it's just between them two. Now, if it can be proven that there was some type of physical abuse and all that, then you're probably going to be posed. They're going to say you're going to pose a threat to the children as well, so it's going to extend to the kids. So a lot of times it will, and sometimes it won't, depending upon the circumstance. It just really depends upon the circumstance. As they say, facts and circumstances of the case, it's kind of what it depends on right there.
Yeah, so
chances are, if we're talking about physical abuse, and if there's kids that are and they share children, it's probably likely is going to extend to the kids.
Yeah,
the judges don't want to. They're going to always err on the side of caution. At least that's what they say. They're just really covering their ass. So they're going to always, quote unquote, err on the side of caution and include the kids. But that's if you haven't fought it, if you just let that order of protection go, then yeah, it's definitely going to include the kids. But if you fight it, and be like, no, Your Honor, I still want to get my kids. This ain't got nothing to do with her. Get it got nothing to do, and there's no real proof and all of that. You have a really good chance where it won't include the kids. It just really depends upon the circumstance.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that if she's just got an order of protection against you, it doesn't cover the kids, but that poses a problem because now, you can't get access to your kids unless, she leave them, at the grandma house and you go and get them from the grandma house or something like that. Because see, you're not supposed to be within a certain distance of her.
Okay.
So yeah, so y'all can't even like exchange the kids because that would be you violating the order.
But it would have to be stipulated in the order. It
Yeah,
would have to be stipulated. If it is not in the order, if it is not worded in that order, the visitation stands.
yeah,
And however arrangements. Now I'm sure that in situations like that, a judge is going to ask, or the kids involved. He's likely going to ask that woman, does he pose a threat to the children? And just for the sake of argument, she may say, well, no, he's never posed a threat to the children. So he's probably going to put language in there that says, well, why he has to stay away from you, visitation still stands. So because those are two different courts now. They're essentially there's still two different courts. But it just depends on how the language is. But if the language is not in there to restrict the visitation of the children, or the children have to be included in that distance, then the visitation stands, and she has to abide by it. But you have to read what's in and that's another thing. People think, okay, a protective order, they think that it's a blanket thing, and it's not. It is not a blanket thing. You really have to read what's in it. Read what's in the protective order. And if it's different, and if it's not within the protective order, there's a lot of reasons why a lot of police don't really like to get involved with this, because most of the times, when a woman is trying to enforce the protective order against a man via the police, there's always a backstory to it. Before she called the police, there's always a backstory. In other words, she filed for the protective order, let them back in. They've been good for a while. The protective order is technically still active, but they've been cool. He pisses her off. She calls the police and say, well, there's a protective order.
yeah, yeah.
That is very, very common. It is all too common. It is very common. That's why a lot of times the police really don't like to get involved unless they visibly see some type of physical damage. Otherwise, they're gonna say file a motion with the court. Unless they come over and they can see signs of abuse or something like that, they're gonna say, you let them back in. File a motion with the court.
Yeah, I just think it's just stupid on both sides. I mean, because I've actually seen this, man, that with my own two eyes. A friend of mine, they got an order of protection. She's female, of course. She had an order of protection against this guy, right? And it wasn't a no contact. Wasn't a no contact protective order. It's like no abuse or no something, because see, he lives there.
That's broad. No abuse.
Yeah, no, it's like a no abuse order or something like that, right?
God, anything can be. She can take anything as abuse. Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's broad.
right.
Be a little bit more
So, and I told her myself, I was like, look, I said, call the cops. You done got this damn order. Why do you let the dude back in? Like, I mean, because if you to the point where, okay, I need an order of protection from this person, it's supposed to be over. All right. It's supposed to be over. You don't want no more contact with this person. You don't want to be bothered with this person. Why let the Negro back in? And on the other side of it, Negro, she done put this order on you. Why the fuck are you coming back? I mean, coming back for what? You done called the police. You got this damn order on me. I mean, why on God's green earth am I back there knowing that you have this damn document that you can use against me even if I don't come there? So why would I be freaking caught there, all right, for you to call the police on me if I say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, you see a woman's phone number in my cell phone, anything. Anything can set this woman off and she can call the police on you. So you stupid, she's stupid for getting it and not meaning it. Because see, if you get the order of protection and you let the Negro back on the premises, you didn't really mean it. All right. You didn't really mean it. But he's also stupid for showing back up there. All right. Because she's got the order of protection.
Facts.
All right. Both of y'all are stupid. Because we know that a lot of times when these women get these orders of protection, man, guess what? They don't really mean it. Because they'll have an order of protection against you and still get on your goddamn phone and call you. Okay. When they want some dick. And like a fool, brothers will head their asses over there to give them said dick, knowing one wrong move, one wrong move, and off to the hoot scowl you go. I mean, I just don't want brothers to be stupid, man. Like, I mean, at some point, man, you got to put yourself, man, before, all this nonsense, man. You have to do it, man. You have to stop thinking with your damn penis. All right? Because I say again, once you don't put that piece of paperwork on you, man, I mean, that's an official breakup. That's how I would see it.
Absolutely.
That's an official breakup. All right?
Yeah.
You done call the police, you done got this order. Okay, that's a documented breakup. I mean, what else can it possibly be?
Exactly. I mean, and this is one thing that guys need to really understand. Especially, I'm talking to black men. I mean, generally this applies to all men, but in particular black men. When a woman puts you on papers like that, man, will put you on those type of any type of papers, and that they got to see, they got an old school song, put them on papers. I digress. But when a woman puts you on papers like that, it's time to go, man. That right there, that is the functional equivalent of the bridges being burned. She is basically gasoline in that bridge and setting it ablaze. Why are you swimming across that river to get to her? She's burning the bridge. You being put on papers like that, it's over. Completely X that woman out of your life. Guys, you have to exercise dick discipline. You have to. There's no reason to be going back to a woman who have put you on those type of papers, especially given how the justice system, to the extent that it is justice, treats black men.
And you have to realize what you're up against, man. Like, I mean, come on, man. Because I go back to brother Quadri Sanders. Like, this woman had an order of protection against him, man, and he was back there, and man, that shit cost him his life. Being back there cost him his life, along with his two stupid ass the police officers. Being back there, if he wasn't there that night, he would not be dead. He wouldn't have been there for her to call the police on him, man.
Yeah.
And say he's got an order of protection and he's got a gun, he's got all this, got all that. He wouldn't have been there for that. Now I know, brothers, you get hooked on it. She got that good snappy nappy dugout. You just can't stay away. But you have to make it official, man. Once those papers are on you, man, that you have to stay away, man. Whether you want to or not, you have to stay away. I'm sorry, brothers. That's an official breakup. All right. Like Brother Perfect Black said, she has set the bridge afire. Don't jump in the damn river and swim back over. Swim back over there. Don't do it to yourself, man. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get served up. Especially if she octanes, if she raises the octane of the story. Number one, you got to order protection. That means you're not supposed to be there. Number two, she can say you got a gun, you got a knife, you threatened her, you slapped her, you beat her, you're doing whatever. because I believe the story with brother Quadri was like, he had a gun, he was holding the people in the house hostage, just a plethora of stuff. And guess what? The whole gun thing wasn't even true. I don't know if he was holding them hostage or not, but the police were told that he was waving a gun around. Okay. And that turned out not to be true because no gun was found on the man. No gun. But he was told, the police were told he had a gun. So now they come in there super amped up. Now you ain't supposed to be there. You got this gun, right? So that's what they got in their mind when they show up. All right. Because fucking around with these crazy women will cost you your life, man. And you don't want to end up on the damn on the internet with me doing a story about your ass because you couldn't stay away from this damn woman who has an order of protection against you. All right. I mean, it all comes down to growing up, man. Sometimes you have to cut your losses, brother. And cutting your losses ain't always easy. It's not. It's not always easy, man. But guess what? Sometimes cutting your losses is the best thing for you. And guess what? Sometimes cutting your losses will save your damn life. That's the lesson in all of this. Cutting your losses, man, may just save your life, brother. I mean,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I got a story about that, and this recent, because I don't think I've really updated you with, my situation, talk about cutting losses. You have to, as men, the one thing about women, this is something that Kevin Samuels would speak about, right? And it's true. Women need they need socialization. They need human contact far more than men do. Men, we can live a life in solitude, or at least relative solitude, meaning we can live on our own by ourselves, and we will be okay mentally. Women can't handle that, right? You have to be able, as a man, you have to be able to not only cut your losses, even if cutting those losses is a real loss to you, right? Now, I've had to do that with my daughter. I've had to make the decision that she cannot come around me anymore. 10 years old, I cannot have her around me. She poses a threat to me, and she poses a threat to my family here. You have to be willing to do that. If you're not willing to do the adult thing and take a loss to protect yourself and others that may be close to you, then you are the epitome of immaturity. And immaturity does not that isn't being a man. You can't be a man, call yourself a man, if you're not willing to take a loss when need be. And when it comes to these type of women who would rightly, wrongly, whatever, when they put those type of papers on you, that is a sign for you to not be in her life at all. And I would dare say that anything after that, everything after that, you can't really blame anyone but yourself, because she gave you all the signs. The one thing that society cannot force us to do, and that's to be with them. And
Yeah,
that
man.
right there, us being with them, that right there, everything that happens to us turns on that right there. It turns on that, us being with them. If we're not with them, they can do whatever they want. We're not with them. They're not going to be able to prove anything because we're not with them. They can't falsely accuse us of doing anything if we're not with them. If they are not within your immediate surroundings, they can't say you did anything. They can't say you're violating any type of order of protection because you're not around them. But you continue to make yourself available for them so they can control you. And let's face it, some of you guys out there, you can't live, you can't see a lot. It's like a person's been in prison for 40 years and then they are released. They don't know how to act. They have been so conditioned to being controlled that freedom is oppression in and of itself. Some of you guys don't know how to act unless a woman is having control over your life in some shape, form, or fashion. And that's a sad commentary on black manhood.
Yes, it is. I mean, because at some point, man, you got to take agency, man, for your own life, man. I mean, whatever happened, I say again, whatever happened to cause her to put the order of protection on you in the first place is probably enough for you to be the hell away from there. Whatever happened, that's if she did it for a valid reason. If she just made some shit up, that's something else. But the order will still stand, whether she, that made the shit up or is for real. It will still stand, and you will have to fight it no matter what, whether the allegations are true or the allegations are false. You will still have to fight that order of protection. So the very fact that she's putting you through that, especially if it's some old BS, man, why would you want to go back there? For what reason? Is her pussy that good? All right. Are you that attached to this woman? I mean, is she that fine? Is she, I mean, what? What will make you continue to go back there and put your own freedom on the line? Because if they catch you there, guess what? They're going to lock you up. They catch you there, they're going to lock you the hell up. It's pretty much as simple as that. You're getting locked up. Will they hold you or not? I don't know. But they're going to come and freaking arrest you. And you can avoid that just by staying away from her ass. All right? Especially, and I think it's even worse, right?
If they've been to that location before too, if they've been to that location on multiple occasions, oh yeah, it's going to be no question.
Oh yeah, and if it's some old conjured up nonsense that you didn't do, she just got the order of protection, as a instrument of control over you. It's even worse, because if she made up a story to get the order of protection, you think she won't make up a story to get your ass locked up again? I mean, if she made up the story to get the order of protection to begin with, what do you think is going to stop her, man, from making up another story, man, whenever she feels like it?
And that's facts. And that's why guys should fight these order protections. You should fight them.
Yeah, man.
Again, I mean, just because they go down and get an emergency order protection, that's an emergency order protection. That ain't permanent. To get anything past an emergency, it's going to take a judge's order, and that's going to require a hearing. And you need to participate in that hearing. Because that it is there. If you just by your presence alone, she is then going to have to prove why the emergency order protection, why the emergency aspect of the order protection should be lifted and made for however long, permanent or 2 years or 5 years or however they do it. But she's going to have to come with some evidence. But if you don't show, they're going to order it by default.
Yeah.
They're going to order it by default.
Yeah, not showing up, you automatically lose.
Right. Same thing with the child support court. I mean, if you don't show up, they're gonna take about 40% of your income, even though the law says 20, but hell, you're not there.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not there to defend yourself. You're not there to submit any evidence. You're not there to fight. You're just, and I think that's a problem too, right? Because these things happen to brothers and they just blow it off. They don't go to court. They say to hell with it. And then after she done been to court and won, now you in a damn bind. You're jammed up on child support. You can't go buy the goddamn house. So she done went down there, put the kids on the damn order too. I mean, so much Yeah, so much can happen to you, man, in the process of this. And unfortunately, a lot of us, man, we get ourselves caught up with these wicked ass women, man. And they have a lot of wicked intentions, man, and they don't give a shit about you. So they do these things, man, just to have their claws that much deeper in you, because she's got her claws in you. She's probably already got her claws in you as far as the children are concerned. And now she's got another tool to get her claws deeper in you and kind of wave that thing in front of you like, nah, 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 nah type thing. So why would you walk into that a pool of quicksand that was there? Why would you do it? Why would you do that to yourself? You're hoping, you got your fingers crossed and hoping that she don't call the police. You got your fingers crossed hoping that you don't say anything, that pisses her off. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I hate to see this kind of stuff, man, because it's like when you do this, you're doing this to yourself, especially when right? You notice order protection is in effect. She done went down there and got it. Your black ass ain't supposed to be there, but somehow you're there. You're there. I mean, how stupid can you be? We can't be this stupid, brothers. We just cannot. We cannot. And I say again, man, sometimes, man, you just got to cut your damn losses, man. And I say again, it may not be easy, man, but sometimes, man, this shit is life or death, because when the police get involved, and this is something that brothers don't understand, right? Oftentimes, when the police end up killing a brother, don't you know that many times when they're called there, it's not even for like, anything crucial. Sometimes the police come there and they're not even there for you per se.
Mm-hmm.
And brothers end up dead. Brothers end up dead. There's always a risk when you get the police called on you, man. Especially when you get the police called on you by a woman. They call the police, crying and going on, and oh, he's trying to kill me. My kids are here, blah, blah, blah. They make it seem like this whole big old hostage situation. She's so scared to move, and you damn near got a knife, right at her throat, and all this kind of foolishness. So when they get that call from dispatch, they already on their way there thinking, we might have to shoot a motherfucker tonight. So why would you put yourself in that kind of predicament, man? I just don't understand it. And I've seen it. Like I said, man, I've seen it many, many times, man. And brothers just walk right into this goddamn pool of quicksand that got signs all around it saying, don't walk. Quicksand is here. If you walk in this, you'll sink down to your neck. All of the signs everywhere. And what do? Walk right down through the goddamn pool of quicksand like they didn't even see any of those signs. It's disheartening, man, and it's a shame and it's sad. And I'm pretty sure quite a few brothers have not only found themselves shot over this kind of shit, found themselves killed over this kind of shit. But
yeah, and the sad thing is, boy, I'm gonna really sound heartless when I say this, but there is a segment of black men who are no matter what, they're always going to be fodder for the prison systems. They're going to be fodder for this type of thing. They just are. And for those type of men, for those type of black men, they ought not procreate. They ought not be in any position whatsoever to sire children, because it's a repeating. It is a repeating tragedy that the rest of us are going to have to be in some shape, form, or fashion responsible for.
Yeah.
And that's a sad thing to say, You know, it is. It's just a sad thing to say. You know, thinking about this, I'm reminded of the movie Soldier Story, right? And you know, when old Sarge was telling the story about how, you know, when he was a younger sergeant, it was this buck dancing black guy, right? And he was making all the other black soldiers look bad. And they basically ambushed the boy, kills him, but right before they kill him, he looks up at them and asks, "What did he do?" See, these guys don't really understand just how bad even these type of guys. Look, I know you're being falsely accused, or you know you're caught up in this web of the court systems and whatnot. But there are some things that we can do individually to not be caught up like this. You know, because like you said, the signs are there. It's not that they don't see the signs, they're just not reading them. They're not reading them. They don't think that those signs really apply to them. In many ways, they believe that there's, like a lot of black women believe, that they're the exception. They're going to be able to step on this quicksand and they're going to be able to just avoid it. Alpha their way through it.
Yeah.
And that's how they become fodder for the system like this. And it's a shame that young man that, you know, was done the way he done, because I don't condone that. But you're going right back into the lion's den and tongue kissing the lion and wonder why your head got bit off.
Yeah, man. I mean,
you dealing with Medusa. You dealing with Jezebel. You dealing with the worst types of harlots. Why are you surprised at the outcome? Where was his boy's family? Where were the good men? And somebody in his family should have been telling him, dude, you need to leave that girl alone. And they might have. He just said, nope. I love her.
I gotta be with her. I gotta be around her.
I mean, that's not insanity. That is just bare naked, raw stupidity.
Yeah, man.
And I hate to say, oh man, I hate to say this, but I've come to the conclusion that there is a segment of black, in particular black men, where there has to be somewhat of a bloodletting that has to occur. There has to be. We'll never get better when we have too many black men that are like that, who are going around impregnating the worst type of women.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I mean, you know what I think about these old mamas. So
I mean, we have to do better. And I know a lot of liberals don't hate that, they do better, but for like we have to, as men, if we want to be respected, because right now we're not respected. Officers can basically kill us, murder us, and basically get away with it. And you don't have a circumstance like that with respected demographics. Don't experience this. Respected demographics don't experience this. Disrespected demographics do. And what bothers me is that young men like that don't make that connection. They don't make that connection. That dude, your individual choices of the type of women that you lay with, she is giving you a reason to leave her the fuck alone, but you still messing with her. You don't see that too many black men like yourself is making it very easy for them to disrespect us as a whole, as a demographic, as black men.
Yep. Because if she's got an order of protection against you, that means she don't want you no more, right? Ain't that what? Is that what that means?
That's
You know,
exactly what that means.
at least that's what it should mean to you. I mean, she's probably just doing it, on some, knee-jerk nonsense, just to kind of, do it at this moment, knowing she gonna call your ass right back up in 2 days and want you to come over. But it should mean to you that she doesn't want you anymore, unless you're thinking the same way she's thinking, right? You're thinking, oh, this is just, she just mad tonight. I'll be back over there tomorrow. Unless you're thinking that. Unless that's what's on your mind, you and her thinking a lot alike, right? She's thinking, I'm just gonna do this tonight because I'm mad. You thinking the same goddamn thing while your ass sitting in a jail cell. Oh man, when I get out of here, I'll be able to go back over there. She was just mad, at that time. I mean, come on, man. Doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense, man. And I'm sorry, brothers, but I would hate to see you brothers lose your life, man, over something stupid like this, man, because your ass couldn't abide by a damn order of protection. All right. An order of protection that you're clearly aware of. Maybe that's what it be, man. A lot of this stuff probably manifests from brothers, maybe the shit was made up. Maybe the shit was conjured up. She just made that shit up because she was mad one night. Right? She was mad one night. She made it up. The brother know it. So even though she got it, he doesn't feel threatened by it because, it was all some conjured up, made up stuff. So he thinks, okay, I can go back over there. I can be back around her because what she said didn't happen anyway. Maybe that could be it.
Well, according to the law, it did.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
According to the courts, it did. And
that's
exactly for what you just said right there. That right again, that men that think that way, again, that's a sign of immaturity. That's just immature. She put that on you, and you honestly believe that because, well, she didn't, it wasn't nothing to this anyway, so everything is all good. You are just putting yourself in front of the train to get ran over.
Yeah.
And this train loves to run black men over.
Oh, yeah.
It seeks black men. It has the black woman who works at its disposal to put a bright red flare on you, and you running around like it. You don't think it ain't nothing happening.
It's crazy, man. I look at this young brother here, right? This is the brother here, right? And Lawton, I believe.
Let me say something about Lawton, Oklahoma.
Are you familiar with it?
Oh, I lived in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And
you got it.
I was at Fort Sill for a while. That's in Lawton, Oklahoma. And no disrespect to anybody who listens from Oklahoma, but Oklahoma is the butt crack of the fucking universe. They got a saying in Oklahoma: you come on vacation and leave on probation. The Department of Corrections there in that state is humongous. It is a major employer. Major. Right there, they got Fort Sill, Oklahoma, but they also got jails and medium security prisons down there. The same goddamn town. Oklahoma is full of towns that don't have nothing going for itself but a prison. And they got a lot of counties down there that if you take away the prison out of that county, the county would be destitute. Black folks, black need to leave Oklahoma. I know our brother Cam Samuels was from. Get the fuck, especially out of butt crack towns, Lawton, Oklahoma. Get the hell out of there. And especially don't be dating no women, going back to them who have filed a restraining order against you in Oklahoma. no less. They can't wait to shoot niggas there. I went through a long period of time. I wouldn't even go off. I wouldn't even go off post anymore. It's that bad. It was that bad. I didn't even want to go off post anymore.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that, man, the other day, because I kind of covered this brother's story Wednesday night. I talked about it, and they knew I was going to be doing it that night. And I was talking to them, and they was like, "Yeah, man." They was like, "Oh, Oklahoma, you don't even freaking need to be there." They told me that. So I'm not familiar with the place. Never been there.
Don't go.
None of that.
Don't go.
I said,
Do not go. Do not go. Black don't go. Black needs to stay the fuck out of. Stay the hell out of Oklahoma. Just stay the hell out of there, man.
If it's one of those places that's pretty much is built off the back of jails and prisons and shit, it's probably pretty easy to find your ass
in trouble,
locked up, arrested, in trouble, shot. You know how that is. If it's a place that's held up by the criminal justice system, there's no shortage of people wanting to keep you in it, I would imagine. So that alone should keep your ass away from there. And this brother here, from what I understand, he wasn't some type of loser. He was a musician, and he actually worked for a music company. He wasn't like some loser, just I guess the quote unquote hobosexual who needed to sleep on her couch. He wasn't that kind of brother. He was actually a musician, and he was employed by a music group. I'm trying to see if it's on here.
And in Oklahoma, I would not be surprised if well, no, I'm not gonna say that. I will say this. I wouldn't be surprised if the woman was either native or white. Because Oklahoma, they got no reservations there.
Yeah. There's no information about her.
And that tells me that I'm probably right.
Yeah. They claim it was a gun found inside the house, but they're not saying it was his. Because he was shot outside by the garage. He wasn't shot in the house. They said there was a gun found in the house, but they're not saying that it was his.
And that's play on people's emotions when they put that in that art. Well, for a state that's an open carry, as you already pointed out, why are you even putting that in there if the gun wasn't on his persons at the time? If he was unarmed, what is the value of saying, yeah, we found a gun in the house? Well, you're in Oklahoma. You're probably going to find a gun in everybody's house. Yeah. It's an open carry state. They want it to be the Wild West out there. So saying that there was a gun in the house, that right there is that in and of itself says that they did that is a dishonest article.
Yeah, because
there's no real value, at least to the victim. There's no real value to put that there unless you want to make him look bad.
Yeah, because I guess they want you to make the assumption that the gun that was in there belonged to him, right?
They want you to make a false connection between that gun that was in the house and to him. Oh yeah, although he was unarmed.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I mean, at this point, we gotta stop this crap. I want to show y'all these cops. Let me go ahead and bring this down. And bring this down. I want to show y'all these cops. I want y'all to see these cops. And I want y'all to know that Black Lives Matter will have nothing to do with this case because of this. One of the cops one of the cops that killed him. Now they shot this brother. They shot at him 15 times. And see, one of the cops is black. So this is not fodder for Black Lives Matter right here. Now, if this was 2 white cops, Black Lives Matter would be all over this. But see, there's a black cop in there. And I've said this before. Don't think that it's just white cops who will kill your ass. All right? Don't ever believe that. Don't ever, oh, a white cop, a white. No. Some of those black cops, they just as bad as the white cops, especially when they have a white partner. When they have a white partner, those are some of the worst police on the force. All right?
The least trusted.
All right? Don't think just because both of y'all black that he gonna give a shit. Because see, a lot of times what these black cops do, they want to show the white cop that, you know, they're not showing you any preference because, you know, both of y'all are black. So, you know, they'll go above and beyond, you know, trying to disrespect you, hurt you, rough you up, give you all types of attitude and lip. Because see, he don't want his white partner going back to the precinct talking about, oh, well, you know, when he saw this other nigger, you know, he was being nice to him. You know, they have that black thing going on. He don't want the white cop telling the other cops that shit. So of course he has to act more of an enforcer. He has to be more of a dick to you. All right, especially when he has a white partner. But see, this cop, he fucked up trying to be more of a dick. His ass is locked the hell up right along with his white partner. See how that works? See how that works? So don't just think it's always the white cops that's out there killing folks, because it's not. I mean, I live in Mecklenburg. When what's his name? Dennis Scott got killed down here. You know who shot that brother? A black cop. Not a white cop. It was a black cop who killed him. All right. So we need to get past that too. All right. We just need to talk about cops in general most of the time. Now, I do believe that most of the cops that end up killing brothers are white cops. I do believe that. But make no mistake, a black cop will put a couple hot ones in your ass too. All right. They shot at this man 15 fucking times. All right. And I think
Unarmed.
Yes, unarmed. And I think like 9 of those times was when he was already on the fucking ground. He was on the ground and they were shooting him on the ground. So make no mistake, man. Don't think these black cops are any different than these white cops. They'll lay your ass down too and then lie about the shit. Because I remember when I showed the video, he basically, here's a photo of it here. And you can clearly see this brother does not. Let me blow it up for y'all. I didn't want this to become about Brother Quadri, but we here now. As you can clearly see, as I blow this up, do that look like he got a gun to y'all? Do that look like he got a gun in his hand? Does it?
And I have to reiterate, Brother X, this is yet another example of the utter lack of respect for the lives of black males and what we do individually. Okay, what we the choices that we make, what we do individually will speak to this. You know, like I said, look, Kevin said he was about image. Our image is in the toilet. When this type of stuff happens on a repeated basis, this is not a one-off. This is not something that, scenario that, an isolated incident. No,
Yeah.
this is going on all over this goddamn nation, and it's happening to one demographic. Things don't get like this with demographics that are respected, whose lives are respected and valued. Right now, this society does not value the lives of Black males outside of sports and entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whenever we individually, and we play into that lack of value with the lifestyles that we choose to live individually. Because make no mistake about it, your individual choices are not reflective just on you. It's not. It is reflective on the entire demographic. I don't even say racing. It's reflective on the entire demographic, because our women aren't going through this, and they're in a lot of cases serving us up to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've already proven themselves to be utter disloyal to us. Period. So don't think that the thug mentality, the thug culture does not play on us being treated the way we do by law enforcement and all of that. If we honestly think that we can continue, because I'm in corporate, I fear this every day. When I go out, I try to be as conscious as I can. I want to be. I try my best to not even be close to law enforcement. And when I am around law enforcement, I have a heightened sense of awareness.
Yeah, man.
When I'm around anybody, especially in white collar, I have a heightened sense of awareness about my actions, all of that. And that comes because we have been so disrespected. And in a lot of ways, our actions individually, a few of us, quite frankly, the actions of a few of us is really carrying the most. And it's because most of us really are not speaking out amongst ourselves.
Yeah. And you were right, Brother Perfect Black, because I'm reading down here. It says Sergeant Ronan had been in that house the night before due to a gun violation, and Officer Hinkle had been in there 10 days before due to a violation. It was known to them as being related to violent actions. Going into that situation, the information that my guys had was that there was a hostage situation with a gun, and they believed he was reaching for his weapon. James said Sanders' hand was blocked, and all officers saw was a black object coming out, which I didn't fucking see. That was when the first rounds were fired, he said. CNN has reached out to Sanders' family lawyer, Lee Merritt, for comment. On January 7th, 2022, at the conclusion of the administrative investigation, City Manager Michael Cleghorn, upon careful consideration, terminated officers Nathan Ronan and Robert Hinkle. He told CNN in a statement. Lawton Mayor Stan Booker released a statement Friday regarding the DA's decision, saying the loss of life in our community is always a difficult matter to grasp. My thoughts and prayers go out to the parents and those in our community who have lost a loved one in Quadri Sanders. Now I'm going to, because I have the video, right? Let me drop this. And not only this, I believe the brother, former officer Hinkle here to your right, he killed someone before. I believe he shot and killed someone in 2012, but he was cleared. So he's no stranger in putting hot ones in Negroes. He's no stranger because he killed someone a while back. But I am going to pull it up, and I want y'all to see this for yourselves, because you know old X got it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and do this. Cause you know OX got it for y'all. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Go. Hold up. Before I play this, folks, I have to do this. Warning, warning, this T.P.O.T stream contains scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Negroes. All right, here we go. Viewer discretion is advised, Negroes. If you are soft at heart or queasy or squeamish, you might want to cover your eyes for the next couple of minutes. Hands! Down! Now, y'all see that, right? Let me back it up. I don't want y'all to think I'm making this shit up. Let's go back through it again. Hands! Down! Now you see right there, he's got like a bag in his hand. Don't look nothing like no damn gun. No! You see he turns, right? No! Y'all see that? Do y'all see his hands go up? No! See that? His hands are up, folk. His hands are up. Let's continue. He's on the ground now. I think he's been hit like 3 times by now. He's on the ground. He's shot. He's hurt. He's no longer a threat. See him? He's laying prone. Now he's about to get up. Watch what happens. Y'all saw that. We're going to play it again. See his hands? Y'all see his hands? His hands go up again. And like I said, I believe by now he's already been shot, I think, like 3 times. His hands are up. And look what they do after his hands go up. Quit reaching! I'm down. Stay down! Roll over! I'm down. Roll over!
Now the man has been shot all that many times, and they think he can just consciously, I'll just move over.
Yeah, he had been shot 12 times. 12 times this brother was shot, man. They shot at him 15 times. Only 3 of those bullets missed. The other 12 hit him.
Roll over on your stomach.
I can't breathe.
Stomach.
Hands. Down. See the hands up. The hands go up. Now, right now, the shooting should be over. All right? There should be no more shooting after this. Because obviously, this man is hit, right? He's hit. He's on the ground. Even if he do got a damn gun at this point, I mean, he's not going to be able to do too much with it, right? See his hands up. It's almost as if they waited for his hands to go up to freaking shoot him. All right?
Look, he's trying to get away, man. Look, he's trying to get the fuck away any
Yeah.
way he can. Any way
They're
he
talking
can.
about
This is
quit
a natural
preaching.
human reaction. See, and this is you know, brothers, and look, again, this comes when when you are a demographic where your life does not matter. This man doesn't even have the privilege, to the extent that it is a privilege, to have a normal human reaction to being shot, to being injured. When you are injured, a normal human reaction response is to try to get away. This man is trying to crawl away as best as he can, and these bastards are trying to say, crawl over on your stomach.
Yeah, with 12 bullets in you.
As if he can respond in any coherent, cogent, intelligent way. This is the mentality
12 bullets
that they have for black males. And it incensed me when people talk about people of color and all that. It really bothers me because no other demographic is suffering this. None.
I mean, I saw this shit, man. This shit really bothered me, man. And you know, I'm not one to cover, you know, for when the cops, you know, kill criminals and shit like that. But I mean, this shit was totally unjustified and out of fucking line, man. Out of line. All right. I think the first set of shots was out of line. The man then he got his hands up, and the first thing you do is shoot him. Okay, you done shot him now. Now he's on the ground and he puts his hands up. He still had the wherewithal to put his hands up, probably thinking if I put my hands up, these motherfuckers will stop shooting me. That's probably that had to be what he was thinking. If I put my hands up, these motherfuckers will stop shooting me. But nope, he put his hands up, and what he got by putting his hands up, see his hands up, he gets and he's still trying to put his hands up. Now, mind you, this man has been shot 12 times. He's been shot 12 times, y'all, at this point. 12 bullets he's been hit by, and he's still trying to put his hands up.
And you know what else this is an outgrowth of? And again, you know, the feminists ain't gonna like this, and I really don't give a damn. But this is also an outgrowth of believe all women. Because their entire posture from the beginning, their posture when they came to even see the man, it was one of guns drawn, and that's the mentality that they had when they first engaged this man. Believe all women. Yep, they believed that woman, and so they came in damn near ready for guns blazing, with their guns cocked and ready to go. This is not that. Believe all women. This is what this is. Look at it right there. This is where it gets us right there. Believe all women, especially believe all women with the most disrespected, the most disliked, the most hated, and the least valued life in America. This is what happens. There it sits right there.
Yeah. And this is the thing, right? Remember, this article said that, you know, the cops had been there before. You know, they had been there within the last like 10 days and all of that on gun violations, but they didn't mention him. So he obviously wasn't the person that they came there for. He was not the person, because they would have mentioned that. So they had been to that house. All right. I guess the house is known for bullshit, the guns or whatever. You know, obviously the cops were familiar with the house, but it doesn't say they were there for him. It
Exactly.
doesn't say that. So when they came there to that house, both of those cops were familiar with that house. They had just been there, and they were there on gun related things. They were there on a gun related call each time they were there, but it wasn't because of him. So when they came there, they're thinking gun, but they weren't necessarily thinking his gun because they had never encountered him with a gun there. You see what I'm saying? They had been there. They said they were there the night before, due to a gun violation, right? The sergeant, and the white boy was the sergeant, which explains why the brother put so many bullets into the other brother. You know, he trying to impress the sergeant, I guess, let them know that, you know, I don't like these niggas either, Sarge, you know. But they said that the Sergeant Ronan, had been to the house the night before due to a gun violation. Now, there's no mention of Brother Quadri in that. And it also says, again, Officer Hinkle had been there 10 days before due to a violation. It was known to them as being related to violent actions. All right. It doesn't say Brother Quadri was known to them for violent actions. That particular residence, okay, was known for guns and violence and all that shit. So them coming to that house already had them amped up because both of those cops had been there within the past 10 days. So when they came there ready. They came there guns out. They came there with it in their minds, hey, these Negroes got some guns, blah, blah, blah. And they had been told that he had a gun. That's what the police had been told, that this brother had a gun. They were coming to a house for a brother who was threatening people with a gun, a brother who had an order of protection against him, at a house that was known for gun violations. So this was just a recipe for disaster, man.
Mm-hmm.
This was a recipe for disaster.
See,
it was a recipe for disaster.
And you know, this also is a lesson in the company you keep. Now, I don't know, like, I mean, you mentioned about he was, you know, with a music company and all of that. He likely shouldn't even been over there in the first place. I know it's not a place I'm going to be at.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be around a place where, you know, where it's going to be, the police are always called, especially on gun violations and or whatever the case may be. No, I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, the cops have been there twice in the last 10 days.
See, and that's a problem. I mean, you already part of a hated demographic who the world would pretty much want to just see you die anyway. You see how easy it was, and for them to only get charged with manslaughter, that I'm not gonna go there, because that was clearly murder.
Looks like
that was murder. That was murder. But they're not gonna get it. But that was murder. But nobody can really can justify this shooting here.
No,
you can't justify that.
No.
The way that they came in on it. The way that after the first couple shots, all right. Anything after that should be murder. There's no reason that man should have been shot sitting on his ass. Well, even from the first glance, you can tell that he didn't have a gun. What, did they think that he had a whole bucket of guns that he was reaching for, and they were protecting themselves? They was afraid, you know, that he may be reaching for guns. It's funny that law enforcement who have the most power tend to be the most cowardly people. They are the most afraid of everything.
Yeah. I feared for my life. That's always a
They're
lie,
always
right?
fearing for something. They're always
Always in
afraid.
line.
Always afraid.
Yeah. I mean,
But we,
you know,
as the individuals, we don't even have a right to even respond naturally to being shot. We have to absorb those bullets,
yeah,
think clearly, and be
and
able
follow
to
commands.
and follow commands.
Yeah, follow commands when you got all these bullets in your body.
This is the insanity. And no other demographic. This is why I really want to harp on you brothers who are the street thugs. Right? I need to impress this upon you. When you look at this right here, there's a reason why that is. I'm not saying that you are at fault, because you're not. But a lot of your actions play into them doing this and being able to get away with it and be justified in their doing, at least legally justified in their actions.
Yeah.
At some point,
they went back to the precinct. They went back to the precinct and lied, and that's standard as well.
Right, that's standard
back to the precinct and lied.
Right there. Standard operating procedure, especially with black standard operating procedure.
I mean, just insanity, man. And we're going to finish this up. I want y'all to see the rest of it because it's something that I saw that I didn't notice when I played this Wednesday. I want y'all to see this. We're going to play this.
Great Joe! Stay down!
He's down. He said he was
back
down.
up. I'm back up. You go ahead. Go ahead.
We're gonna pull him back. Go ahead. Hey.
Get the door. Get the door. I got him.
Okay. Y'all pull him out the yard. Yep. Pull him out the yard. Go ahead. Go ahead. Pull him out the
Got
yard.
him.
Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead. Farmer. Keep going back. Back, back.
Yep. I got cuffs.
Trail of blood, man.
Okay.
And then
now,
they're gonna cuff the man.
Yeah, they're gonna cuff him. Now, I want y'all to look at something. Look to your right and look at that man's right armpit. That man is shot in his fucking armpit. I didn't notice that before, but he's got a gunshot. He's got a bullet wound in his right fucking armpit. That alone lets you know what, people.
His hands
His
were up.
fucking hands were up. All right? Look at his right armpit. He's got a bullet wound there.
This is the disrespect. Pause it there, man. Look, now pause it there. Go back to where you can see the cuffs. This is the disrespect. The lack of value but that man he's basically dead.
Yeah. You can hear him moaning, man. He's just like, he's just moaning.
He's basically dead. He's breathing in, he's sucking in his last few ounces of oxygen.
Yeah.
And
they didn't even try to render. They didn't even try to render
aid.
Aid.
Exactly. No aid, no nothing. And this is where where I'm going to say something that I know the conservatives, the more conservative wing of the Black manosphere, they don't like when they won't like to hear this. That there's a sign that law enforcement, they don't give a motherfucker about our lives, Black male lives. Granted, there is an image problem. When you are going to places like that, when you are frequenting places where the police are always at, you're going to have problems, and you're going to be more likely. It just raises the likelihood you're going to end up like this young man, like this man that's on the ground. But the fact remains, they never even bothered to give this man any type of medical aid at all. At all. The fact that he was breathing is threat enough.
Yeah.
The fact that he was drawing oxygen, even in a weak manner, that in and of itself spoke to he was a threat.
Yeah. And the cops were familiar with the house. You know, they knew it was a place that, you know, both of those cops were very familiar with that residence. They had been there. They were familiar with that place. They were used to coming there. So of course they came there, you know, locked and loaded, ready to throw down. They was ready to throw down when they came there because of where it was, because of where the call was. When they got that call, they was like, oh boy, we got to go here again.
Exactly.
This case bothers me, man.
See,
you know,
believe all women. See, believe all women. This is where it leads us. There's so many dynamics to this shooting here. It's so many.
Yeah.
It's so many cautionary tips for black men. The company you keep is important. How you carry yourself is reflective on the whole entire demographic, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. But be all that as it may, that was out and out murder. And they were not in the least concerned about the man's health at all. Period. And so for all you fuckers out there who say that law enforcement treats black men correct, to that I would say fuck y'all. And fuck you rawly. Because I'm seeing too much, I'm seeing way too much proof that they don't. Granted, there's a lifestyle that young man was living. There's a company that he kept that he had no goddamn earthly business keeping. That was a woman who had burned down the fucking bridges with a damn with a restraining order, and he had no business swimming across that damn river. None whatsoever. So in a lot of ways, I'm sorry to say, but he put himself in the position to be done this way.
Yeah, that shit got him killed. That shit got him killed being over there.
Did right?
Nope.
That doesn't mean that what they did shouldn't be punished as murder, and it shouldn't be called out. And this is the problem that I have with the more conservative wing of the black manosphere, because when they see shit like this, they excuse it, and it bothers me.
Yeah, this case here, man,
they excuse it as one-offs. And this is one of those blind spots of the black manosphere that I've always. This is a blind spot. This is one of the blind spots right here. When shit like this is a blind spot. Because they don't want to eat the fact that, while there is an image problem that black men can actually correct, there's a lot of things that black men can do to mitigate some of this. But no, there are some other things that when they came into that house, the way that they did, the man is sitting on his goddamn ass, had his hands up twice. Image be damned.
Yeah.
That's how they view black men. That's how they value the lives of black males. Period. And that's something that I wish the more conservative wing of the black manosphere swallow and accept. Because this is a real blind spot.
Yeah, that whole I thought he had a gun shit, man. That shit just don't fly with me, man. It's like, and this is coming from a person who's from New York, and NYPD is notorious for gunning people down and using the line of I thought he had a gun and shit, and the person had a comb in his hand or a wallet, or I mean, I can go on and on and on with the names. I can tell you about Ramali Graham. I can tell you about Amadou Diallo. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on with the people that NYPD has killed and use the line, I thought he had a gun. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to the police, sometimes when they kill folks that are charging them, or they point a gun at them, or they trying to stab them, or whatever the case may be, I don't really have a problem with that. You know, if this person trying to kill a cop, I don't have a problem with the cop trying to kill you. I'm sorry. If you trying to kill this cop and he ends up killing you, you brought that on yourself. My problem is when unarmed people are gunned down, and we can clearly see that they're unarmed. So how come the cop couldn't see that they were unarmed? I mean, that's what bothers me, man, because let's be clear here, right? Over the course of the years, man, we've seen a lot of police shootings, a lot of police killings, and some of them are questionable, some of them are marginal, some of them are actually justified. But I mean, when we see the ones like this, man, all right, these here, we need to call these what they are. All right, we don't need an investigation on shit like this. All right, we don't need an investigation. We don't need for it to be tried in a court of public opinion. No, we can clearly see that this shit here was wrong. All right, we can clearly see this, and like I said, the whole I thought he had a gun shit just does not fly. Why the fuck are you a cop if you can't tell whether or not a person got a gun or not? Why are you even a cop? If that's your fucking excuse, I thought he had a gun. See, people will tell you, right? And you know, I got cops in my family. I got a couple cops in my family. And I've talked to them about this kind of crap as well. The thing is this. People will say police officers are human. They make mistakes. That's true. But the difference is when a cop makes a mistake, a person can die. That's the difference. So they don't have a lot of wiggle room, you know, when it comes to mistake making. They just don't have a lot of wiggle room, man. They don't. Especially when you're talking about gunplay. All right? They don't have a lot of wiggle room, man. They don't. And let me tell you something. I've seen some cases where the cops may have been justified in using deadly force. I've seen many of those too. But guess what? I've seen a whole hell of a lot of them where lethal force wasn't necessary. I've seen a whole hell of a lot of them where brothers would just gun the hell down when they had nothing. They didn't have a criminal record. They didn't have a knife. They didn't have a gun. They didn't have a toothpick. They didn't have a pencil. They didn't have anything. They were clearly shot on some, I thought he was reaching. I thought he had a gun. I thought he was going to do something. You know, I mean, trust me, anybody that's out there that's from New York and have seen the freaking chicanery and debauchery of NYPD, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Back in the days, my name for that NYPD acronym was numerous young people dead. Numerous young people dead because they didn't have any problem shooting down young men just out of nowhere, man, off of nothing. I don't know if it's bad hiring practices, bad vetting practices, lack of psych evaluations for these cops out there in NYPD, but they were notorious for killing unarmed people. Okay, notorious, and notorious for lying about it. All right. So when I see cases like this is what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the days when we used to cover a lot of police killings, because when I first started doing this whole YouTube stuff. That's all we did, man. Back in the beginning, the early days of the T.P.O.T media group, all we covered was stuff like this, police killings. I went to multiple rallies. I tell people, man, I went to a Trayvon Martin rally. I went to a Michael Brown rally. I went to a Ramali Graham rally. I went to Jonathan Farrell's rally. I mean, multiple rallies I've been to of people being killed by unarmed people being killed by the police. All right. We covered these things. You go back in the beginning of T.P.O.T. and you go back when I first started doing this, 2015, 2016, you will see multiple videos concerning police killings that were totally unjustified. So I see this kind of stuff, brother Perfect Black Man, and it brings me back to those days, brother.
Absolutely.
This bothers me, man. This shit bothers the shit out of me. It does.
Absolutely, man. And I'm always going to continue to bring it back to the Black Manosphere. And the reason why I do, because I wrote an article defending the Black, and I'm going to always defend the Black Manosphere. I really am, because I love the Black Manosphere, and then because even to date, there is no other space that's really speaking for the issues of Black men. But this is an aspect of the Black Manosphere that really disappoints me. It disappoints me horribly, because the Black Manosphere largely is silent on this. They don't say nothing about this. Some of the Hotep corners of the Black Manosphere do, which those corners I don't really take that serious either. But this issue with unarmed Black men being murdered by law enforcement, the Black Manosphere is definitely a silent. And it bothers me. And it's shameful. Because here, with the corners of the mainstream that the Black Manosphere has tickled, has gotten the attention of, not enough is done about stuff like this. Because this is an issue that befalls mostly Black men. No other demographic, it befalls us. No other demographic fears that this is going to happen to them. None. I've seen white and Hispanic men on video waving guns in front of cops, and they do nothing but talk them down. Yet the Black Manosphere doesn't have anything to say about this.
Well, I'm going to talk about this shit.
And and this is something that, and you should, but this is something that I think that I'm going to put my pen to paper again on, because I wrote an article, and I think I may write an article. I think I'm gonna write an article on this, because the Black Manosphere is a bit too silent when it comes to this. And if there's anything, I would be willing to debate on that, because this is a real issue, and it isn't. This is one of the few issues within the Black Manosphere that the Black Manosphere addresses that is not totally that can be totally fixed just by Black male actions. It's not. You have some very good Black men that have been murdered at the hands of police, unarmed.
Oh yeah.
Children. Black male children. And we can talk about the battle of the sexes, that all those are righteous and good arguments and good debates. But when it comes to this, I think the Black Manosphere is really, really derelict when it comes to this. And I think it's because it has too many conservative voices that really believe that racism doesn't exist. And so they don't ascribe this to race, irrespective of the numbers that it happens to.
Yeah. I mean, brothers did talk about brothers did talk about George Floyd, but everybody was talking about George Floyd. So, that was something that everybody was talking about.
Yeah, there was,
know?
but there was a lot of people within the Black manosphere, very well-known voices within the Black manosphere, who were talking about George Floyd's drug use and the fact that he had drugs in his system, and that in and of itself contributed to his death. You had people arguing that, who had 8-hour panels talking about it. This is the reason why I continue to say this is a blind spot when it comes to this type of unarmed Black man being murdered by. This is a blind spot.
Yeah, I did hear a couple people say that Chauvin was going to get off too. I heard a couple people say that. I was like, y'all are insane. This white boy's going to jail. He's not getting off of this. I heard a couple people say, oh man, he's going to get off. Like, man, that motherfucker ain't getting off of this shit. Yeah. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's not getting off of this shit. Absolutely not. He is not getting off. For some reason they thought he was going to get off. Shit. Not only did he go to jail, shoot, one of the other cops that was part of it just pleaded out. He's going to get 3 years. And I think the last two, because all of them got arrested. They all were arrested. The last two, I think they're up to go to court in the next couple of weeks, and they're expected to plead out as well. So, I mean, all those cops, not just Chauvin, he got the most time. Right, he's doing like 20, 22 years, but the rest of them, guess what? They off to the hoots gal too. Yeah, all of them off to the hoots gal. Every single one of them. So those of you who thought these cops were going to get away with this shit, I don't know what y'all saw or what y'all was thinking, but I knew from the jump. All right, they're going down. Yeah, I knew from the jump that all those cops were going down, especially Chauvin. I knew he was going down. It was no way in hell that white boy was getting off of that shit. No way in hell, but people thought he was.
I mean, that was slow murder on live television for the whole world to see. Yeah. And for me, I mean, it disturbs me because the value for Black men is so low in this nation. And for a space that I love so much, has very little to say about that. Other than it's your fault. And for me, that bothers me. It really does. It bothers me. I never stop defending the space because I'm always going to defend the space. But this is an area where I actually think where it actually hinders the Black manosphere from going further than what our brother Kevin Samuels took it. Mm-hmm. I honestly believe that this is a major blind spot because it can't take it beyond the battle of the sexes, relationships and all of that. It can't take it beyond that. But it doesn't speak to this.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to cases like this, man, I mean, I gotta talk about these kind of cases. I mean, especially this clear-cut shit. I mean, I have to, I mean, if it's a blurry video and I can't really see what's going on, that's one thing. But I'm just sitting here. Yeah, I'm sitting here watching this shit. I mean, because I talked about it Wednesday. I was actually talking about the responses. I played like 6 or 7 clips that night of people dealing with police. And, I was talking about people's responses to when, they have encounters with police. And I had his case up there because I think he did what he was supposed to do. I mean, he put his hands up, he was shot. He fell to the ground, put his hands up again, he was shot. He responded the way you would expect a person with a gun drawn on him to respond, and he still ended up getting killed, man. I mean, that shit can't be overlooked. Now, mind you, the cops showed up at a place that they were used to coming to, they were familiar with, they was known to have guns there, right? So there is that. But at the same time, this brother did not have a gun at the time. He had no gun. He didn't. I think he had like I think that was like a baseball cap he had in his hand. All right. He had like a fitted hat in his hand, I believe. He had no gun. So even with that, even though it's a known place, you know, where y'all done been before in the last few days, y'all done found a few heaters there a few days ago, I still think that they jumped the gun on this. They jumped the gun on it, man. They did.
No,
All
believe
right.
all women. They had reason to jump the gun. Believe all women.
Yeah, she done said he got a gun and he's waving it around, you know, and he's threatening them, and they said it was like a hostage situation or some shit like that. That because that was the story, right? That he was holding them hostage, he had a gun and all that kind of shit. And the last time they were at that residence, it wasn't even because of him, according to the report. The last couple of times they were there, those gun calls had nothing to do with him. Had nothing to do with him. It didn't say he was there and he had a gun. No, didn't say any of that. So the place is known to have guns there, but he wasn't known to have guns there. That's the problem I have with it. And like you said, man, there's so many different nuances to this case, man. The cops, familiar with the place, had been there. All right. The order of protection, the call that was made. All right. The way they approached. I mean, just so much to it, man. And I'm glad they charged these fuckers. I'm glad they did.
Manslaughter is not enough, but I am glad they charged them.
Yeah, I think they should have had charged them with a bigger charge, a greater charge. At least
second-degree murder. At least second-degree murder.
Yeah. But I'm glad they charged them. Because guess what? From what I've seen, these dudes don't have any business being the police. They don't have any business being the police, man. And see, me, I don't want to just blame, because we're talking about, you know, being served up by protection, right? I don't want to totally blame the order of protection for this brother's death, because there was a lot of contributing factors, right? To the cops showing up, the particular cops that showed up, right? Because it might have would have turned out different if it was two different cops, right? But by coincidence, these were the same cops that had been to this place within the last week and a half. By coincidence, they had just been there. One cop was there the night before. So if there were different cops there, this might have had a different ending. That's why I say there's a lot of different contributing factors that took place, man, in this incident that caused this young brother to lose his life, man. It was a recipe for disaster, man. It's a recipe for disaster, man. Totally.
Yeah.
When you put all these different factors together, man. I mean, this was a recipe for disaster, and it was a recipe for somebody to end up dead. Because guess what? When they got there, any brother that was outside would have got the same treatment. Not just him. Any brother who was standing out there or came out that house that night would have got the same treatment.
It was going to get that smoke. And far as we know, he could have been just that type of guy, just coming out and gotten that smoke.
Yeah.
But, you know, believe all women.
Yeah.
Believe all women.
Because before this, right, the cops were there, right? Because this is just a small part of the film. Before this, the cops were there, and you know they got on the PA system, and it was like, oh, you know, come out with your hands up. And I think the girl came out, and I think somebody else came out, and then they told him to come out, I believe. So I believe he was like the last person they called out. So when he came out, why was he not treated the way they treated the girl when she came out? Because they was like, you know, because I saw it. They was like, yo, come out, with your hands up. And the girl came out, and I think somebody else came out. Now, they weren't shot. So I'm assuming, this is only an assumption, that once the girl got to where the cops was, she was like, oh, he in there, that's him, something to that effect. Because how did they know that was him? How did they know? Right? How did they know? It's nighttime. That could have been anybody. Any brother that would have been walking out there that night would have got that same treatment. I don't think it was necessarily him per se. The fact that that brother walked out of there and they were under the assumption that he was the guy wielding a gun, even though they didn't see one, he caught some bullets with his hands up, and then caught some more while he was on the ground with his hands up. Like I said, man, it's a complicated thing, man. There's a lot of twists and turns, man, and contributing factors to this thing, man. It's just, man, and this too, y'all. This here too. Look. Now there's more people in the house, right? Because, like I said, I think 2 people came out before this happened. So there's more people in there that they're telling them to come out.
You got him?
Yep, I got him.
Okay, you first aid. Sir, are you in the house?
That man is dead. He's dead. He's gone.
Now you see what's on the screen, folk? Afterwards, Ronan admits he fired shots even though he never saw a gun in Sanders' hands. But a sergeant tells him to stop talking. In other words, shut your ass up. You know these cameras rolling. You know we got to make up a fucking lie when we get back to the precinct. What's wrong with you? Shut your ass up. That's common, right?
You should have listened. I was telling him.
Could you see it?
I didn't see nothing from where I was at.
Hey, don't call.
Yeah.
Hey, don't talk. Yeah. Y'all heard that, right? Hey, don't talk. Yeah. It's what we got, folks. All right? This is what we got. And y'all know here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page, we don't defend criminals. We don't. We don't defend criminals. That is why we're not defending these fucking cops. Get it? Get it? We don't defend criminals here. That's why we're not defending these fucking cops. It's crazy, man. But I want to show you something else. Let me show you something else. I got you here because we're gonna wrap it up in a few minutes. But I want to show you this, Brother Perfect Black. Right. And I want to get your opinion on whether or not this is justified. Hold on. Let me get this out of here. Try to bring up the right shit. Let me see here. Here we go. All right, let me set this up for you.
You're not in trouble.
Now, this is some chick. The police have been called, right? They've been called. And they said she's acting strange, knocking on people's doors, this, that, and the other thing. All right. So the cops come, they pull up, and they approach her. Now just watch.
Or anything like that.
I know what you do to my baby.
I'm not gonna touch your.
Now she just unsheathed her damn knife. I think it's like a hunting knife or something. You saw her just unsheath it.
Please, bro, I need you to put your knife away. County law enforcement, we're gonna have one at gunpoint. She has a knife. I'm not gonna hurt your babies. Hey, I'm not gonna hurt your. I'm not gonna.
Everyone knows every single
Hey.
face, every single name. If
Hey.
something happens to me and my babies,
Okay.
everyone in the whole world.
Hey, listen.
No!
We're not. Hold up.
And of course, she's totally insane. I don't want to leave that out. She's insane.
In front of her
Hold
kid.
up. Hey, we're not talking. County 143, send us
Everyone
this.
knows what you're gonna do. You can't sit there and say that I'm
Okay.
crazy.
I'm not saying anything. I just want to help you out.
They know who you are.
I just want to help out.
Everyone knows who you are. You can't hide.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Allah Akbar.
Hold
Back
up.
Zoe.
Zoe,
Back
you
up.
want
Right
back
in the
up?
office.
Zoe,
Fucking get near my baby.
Zoe, don't.
Don't you fucking
Hey.
near my baby.
We're not. Zoe, you want.
Now,
Oh, he
notice
got a
this
taser.
cop. Yeah, he's got a taser out,
He
right?
knows the difference between the taser and the gun.
Oh, yeah, right? That's one cop. Now, this cop is thinking one thing, right? He's got his taser out.
Back up, Zoe.
No!
Hey, I need you to put that
I
knife
don't
down.
give a
Just
fuck.
talk. Just talk to
No,
us.
I don't have anything to say.
Talk to
Everyone
us.
knows who you are.
Talk to us.
Everyone fucking knows who you are.
Listen,
There's lawyers who
talk
stand
to
up.
us.
There's lawyers who have the
Talk
money.
to us.
They have all that.
Hold up.
So kill me
I
now.
don't want to kill you.
Because
Give
they
me
will
a sec.
find out the truth.
Don't.
Don't you find out.
Now, you see this here, right? He's running, all right?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the fucking Harlem Shuffle. Now, he could have just raised that damn taser up and zapped her ass flat, but he's in flight. He's doing the. I actually made fun of this shit the other night, man, because this dude is in flight right here, right? But his partner is not having it. His partner's not having it.
County 150, shots fired, shots fired. Let go of the knife! The knife down. Hey, go back. Hey, back up, back up. Take a breather. Hey!
The babies are running out there now.
Put her at gunpoint. Put her at hold the kid. Hey, Zoe, come here. Hey. Hold up.
Now, she was shot dead. I believe the girl's name is Sage Crawford. She was shot dead in front of her two kids. Now, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm somewhat in the middle with this. She was chasing the other cop with a knife, and these cops weren't charged, by the way. They were not charged at all. They didn't get any charges against them or nothing, and they shot her dead out there, man, in front of her kids. Right now, I do believe that this girl brought this shit on herself. All right.
Babies, hey, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Not just with her. Not.
Okay, see, right about there.
Yeah.
Let it go some more.
Hold up. Hey, we're not talking. County 143, send us
Everyone
this.
knows what you're gonna do. You can't sit there and say that I'm
Okay.
crazy.
I'm not saying anything. I just want to help you out.
They know who you are.
I just want to help out.
Right about there.
You are.
Even actually before then, had that have been a black man, he'd have been dead a long time ago.
He'd have been dead a long time. Yeah, I get that feeling, right? So
when he unsheathed that knife, he'd
Yeah.
have been dead. That would have been it.
they'd have drawn down on him right then and there.
She was actually able to walk up to the officers, to their patrol car, or the sheriffs, to their patrol car, chase one around, no less. She
Yeah.
was able to
Yeah.
chase one
Yeah.
with a deadly weapon
Yeah.
before she got a hot spinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had
He
there
was in
been-
flight.
had there been a black person, especially a black man. A black man wouldn't have got that far. Maybe a black woman, but that would have been it.
Yeah. Yeah. Black man, absolutely not. Once he
So-
unsheathed that knife, them gats would have came out.
So they afforded her all elements, all corners of white privilege that they could actually take.
Yeah. Because she is a white girl. She is a white girl. So,
In
they
front of her
seen
kids.
her. Yeah. They seen her as less of a threat, even though she had a hunting knife. and she
So
was able to like walk up on him.
asked for that. She asked for that hot spinner. I think she was saying something about kill or something. She asked for that.
Yeah.
She
Because
asked
she
for it.
charged him.
She went
She
and
charged
got
him
it.
here.
That's right. She earned that death. Now I feel bad for the kids because they lost their mother, but she earned it.
Yeah.
Black folks don't do this. Black people don't get killed by the cops like this.
Yeah.
See, she had to forego her white privilege and make them shoot her.
Yeah.
She had to forego that, which she voluntarily did in front of her children.
Yeah, she brought this shit on herself, man.
There is nothing that you can look at and say the cops are in any way at fault there. Look at that. One cop is running for his life.
Yeah.
And the partner had to shoot and kill her to protect his running ass.
Yeah, he was running. I told you, I made a joke out of that shit. I was like, this motherfucker's doing the Harlem Shuffle, boy.
But black folks don't get this level of what's the word am I looking for? Black people don't get this level of understanding. Black folks don't get this level, oh yeah, he or she must be mentally ill. Yeah. It's funny that when it comes to black folks, in particular black men, or black people in general, people always say, well, cops, they're not social workers. They're not trained for these type of things. But when it comes to a white assailant, they become Sigmund Freud. They become understanding. And they give all kinds of leeway and rope for the white person to hang themselves. They give them all the room they need to make it impossible for the officers to not shoot them. They become understanding. They act as if they have taken 4 or 5 years of psychological training and trauma psychological training and all that. But because of black folks, they can just be afraid. And they can just shoot on sight and be justified in doing so. Yeah, so that's my thought when I see this video.
I don't think this would
they exercise very deep measures of patience, of understanding. They were very good therapists. Hell, I would say we need to hire them therapists for our problems because they exercise a lot of patience in that video.
Are the police officers the new social workers?
They were very good social workers in this video. They were very understanding.
Just calm down. We want to help.
I mean, I had to go get therapy myself. After these allegations, I had to go get therapy myself. The stuff that I was contemplating. Hell, I might as well. I should have hired these officers because they were very understanding. I would have trusted if they would have told me to go take some drugs, some type of drugs, based on that video. Man, I would probably trust it. Because they were very, very understanding.
Yeah, this was, they put up with a lot with her. The other cop ran. I mean, he literally ran.
He gave flight.
Yeah, he did the Harlem Shuffle.
Had to save his life.
Yeah. He had to save him.
Save his life.
Man, he was running. He did the Harlem Shuffle, man.
I can only wish that black folks get that type of treatment.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. He did the goddamn Harlem Shuffle. See that shit, right?
No gun drawn. He had a taser. Did he hit her with a taser?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if he might have fired it.
But did he hit her with the taser? Look at this. Look at the level of understanding. Look at the level of social work that he is exhibiting here. This man he needs a medal. I hope they gave this man a medal.
Yeah, he should have zapped her ass flat. Look, see that?
Did he shoot her with the taser? Because he obviously understood the difference between a taser and a gun. Obviously, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he fired it or not. I don't even know. All I know is that he was doing the goddamn Harlem Shuffle, you know?
Bro, at that point, he's not even trying to shoot it with the taser anymore. He's just running. What about his service pistol? He didn't take that out? No service pistol was taken out.
He was doing the Harlem Shuffle.
No service pistol was taken out. Look at that knife there. She has it in a very threatening way here.
Yeah.
With every intent to do bodily harm to that officer. And does he take his other hand and take a gun and shoot her?
Yeah.
But police officers are not social workers.
Yeah, he was running, literally running. He was getting the hell away from there, boy. But see, his partner was like, fuck this. Yeah, his partner meant business. All right? His partner was like, hell no. You done fucked up now. We tried to be calm.
Here's another aspect, Brother X. This woman was clearly mentally ill.
Oh, yeah.
How in the world did she have
a psych
custody of those two children?
Psych ward outpatient, definitely.
How did she have custody of those two children? Oh, I know why. Because the courts probably gave her custody.
Yeah.
She had custody of those two children in what looks like, oh man, a suburban area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at that driveway. That looks like an expensive house.
Oh, yeah. That's the suburbs right there, man.
You know, suburbs, they don't like having sidewalks. You know what I mean? They don't like having sidewalks. They don't believe in having sidewalk and crosswalks.
Yeah, we don't have sidewalks in our neighborhood.
There's something about it, it infringes on their freedom, so they don't want any of that type of stuff.
Yeah, there ain't even no lines on the street.
Ain't no lines on the street.
Yeah, no lines on the street.
Looking at that, you can't even tell what the speed limit is. You know that's a suburb. It can't be the city. Because the city, they post speed limits everywhere. You can't even tell what the damn speed limit is out there.
Mm-hmm.
So this white woman, she got custody of not one but two children.
Oh yeah.
And you cannot tell me that she just had some type of psychological break at the moment of no. This woman is nuts. But the court gave her those children. And she obviously went after those officers, hoping that somebody would fire a shot. One officer, he was Sigmund Freud.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading, I had read up on it, and it said, there'll be no criminal charges against the involved deputies by the administration. They said, and this happened, Nevada County Sheriff's Department.
Hey, brothers, I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to drop down and be right back.
All right. And while Brother Perfect Black steps off, we're gonna have a little entertainment because y'all know I like to see this cop do the Harlem Shuffle, right? Burnt, 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 burnt. Burnt, 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 burnt. This cop was in flight, man. I mean, he could have raised the taser up. He could have threw the taser at her or something, or got in his kung fu stance or something, maybe he didn't want to shoot her. I don't know, but he could have, he could have, yeah, right. Right. Living Peppers. I need to beat. Hold up. You know what? Hold up. Good idea. Lemon Pepper. Let me see. Let me see if I got something that'll go to it. Shit. Doing it too far. Fuck around and get sued by the family and shit. Oh, you're making fun of our family members' death. But I'm not though. I'm making fun of the fucking cop. I'm not making fun of the death. I'm not, even though I think she brought this shit on herself. All right. She brought this shit on herself, y'all. All right. She brought it on herself. Okay. When you're out there chasing the police with a hunting knife, it's probably going to end up with kaplow, 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 kaplow. That's probably how it's going to end. It's probably how it's going to end. All right. Because what did that they say? White people do it too. Guess what? They're right. They're right when they say that. So I'm not making fun of the girl's death. All right. I'm not I'm not making fun of the girl's death. I'm not. All right. But she did bring this shit on herself. You would think that, she would have been a little more, wiser and a little more conscientious, being that she out there with her children. Obviously, this was a psych ward outpatient, somebody who probably should have been somewhere in a rubber room with a straitjacket on. But, she's walking the street, and there's a lot of that in America, right? There's a lot of people walking around here where they need to be in a rubber room some damn where. All right. If we're going to let them walk around, and walk the streets, guess what? We need to have a straitjacket on them. All right. If they're just going to be walking around amongst the rest of us, they need to have on a bright orange straitjacket so we can know who they are. Yeah, they got to have on a fluorescent orange and lime green straitjacket. All right. So we can look at them and be like, oh, shit, yeah, that's a crazy person. Oh, yeah, that's a crazy person. Yeah, we're going to let them walk around. We got to mark them. All right? We have to mark them. Because, see, if she would have had on one of those fluorescent green and orange straitjackets, the police would have knew she was a crazy person. They would have knew that she was a psych ward outpatient, and they would have just dealt with it differently, I assume. Because they would have knew that she was insane. See how that works? Because guess what? Some people are just walking around here crazy. She's living proof of that. All right? She's living proof of that. And her freaking craziness got her kaplow, 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 kaplow. All right? Kaplow, 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 kaplow. But this cop, man, to me, this is just crazy, man. This cop just, I don't know, man. He was just like, He don't need to be the police. He's scared. Look at him. Burn, 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 burn. Burn, 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 burn. Bad boys for life. Come on, man. He's another person that don't need to be the police. He just does it. All right? He was derelict in his duty. How you running? I mean, he should have did something. Threw the taser at her. If he wasn't going to shoot her with it, he should have at least thrown it. All right? Or gotten his karate stance, something. Pulled out a billy club, you know, tackled her, something. He ran. All right. No way this guy is still working for this police force. Because, see, if somebody pull out a knife, he gonna run. If somebody pulls out a knife, he's going to run. Yeah, he's going to run. He's not even going to shoot him with the taser or throw it at him or, you know, karate kick him or tackle him or nothing. I mean, he could have tackled her. I mean, he could have ducked. He could have ducked the knife, man. He could have ducked the knife. I mean, she was running at him. I mean, a knife is relatively easy to duck if you can see it coming. All right? Especially if they're running. If they're running and you're standing still, what people don't know, man, about self-defense. If one person's running and you're standing still, guess what? You have the fucking advantage over them, man. Because you can use their own fucking momentum against them. All right? All he had to do, she had the knife in her right hand. All he had to do was bear right as she was coming. And she would have totally missed him with the knife. He would have been to get to the side of her, grab her ass, and throw it to the ground. I mean, maybe he not, you know, maybe he's not skilled in self-defense, but I mean, if she'd have ran at me with that knife like that, man, that's shit. I'd have threw her ass right to the fucking ground. Because she's running. You're standing still. You can see her coming. You can use her own momentum against her. All you had to do is be out of the way of the knife. Once you're out of the way of the knife, you got her. I mean, he didn't think of any of that. He did this. All right. He's running. In fact, you put yourself at a disadvantage now because now the person is behind you. All right. The person's behind you now. So you just put yourself at a disadvantage because now they're behind you. And if she's fast, she can catch up to you and stab your ass in the back. Would have made more sense right here, right? Let's say he shot it and missed her. All right? Maybe he fired it. I don't know. If you was going to back up, look at all that distance. Look at all that distance between the two of them, right? A lot of distance there. I'll say 5 to 6 feet. What he should have did was planted his feet, especially if he had shot the taser and he didn't have no more shots or whatever. He should have planted his feet right there. And as she was coming, all right, because she didn't even have the knife raised here. Here, she didn't even have the knife raised. She didn't raise it until she got here. Now that she's got it here, it's quote unquote what? It's brandished, right? She's brandishing it. But see, she's like behind him now. So he's at a disadvantage. He could have just planted his feet, moved to the right, to his right, because she's got the knife in her right hand. Right? She's got the knife in her right hand. So he could have planted his feet as she came to him, moved to his right, away from the knife, grabbed her ass, and threw her ass to the fucking ground with her own momentum. her own momentum, he could have took her right down. All he had to do was sidestep her while she was running, because she was already running. That's what I tell people all the time. When it comes to self-defense, if you're standing and they're charging, you have them at a disadvantage, man. Because all you got to do is sidestep them. That's it. Just sidestep them. He could have, he could have sidestepped her ass right there, and then just grabbed her like by the back of her jacket and just like threw her right to the ground. And her own momentum would have carried her. It would have been pretty much effortless for him. Effortless. But he was scared, so he took off instead. Luckily, his partner wasn't having it, so it ended like this. Yeah, that's how it ended. Lucky for him, his partner wasn't having it, because she probably would have got a chance to jug his ass, because he was definitely running, and she seems like she's a young broad. He looks like maybe he's in his 40s, so she probably was faster than him.
And you
See
can't
how
see
he kind of like, see that?
and you can't see what happened off camera.
Nope. All you can see is him taking off. Look at that. Look at that. See what he did here? See how he's running?
Mm-hmm.
His eyes, you look at his eyes are off of her. Yeah, his eyes are off of her. Now he's at a disadvantage because now she's behind him with the knife instead of in front of him. All right? You want to be facing the person with a hand weapon. You want to be facing them. You turn around and start running, they've got you at a disadvantage now. Especially if you're running and looking back, because your ass can trip, you can run into something. All that he probably fell over there. He probably got over there and fell down. That's probably why he shot. That's probably why his partner shot the girl, because he probably ran and fell, and she was probably right on him about to jug his ass, and then kaplow, kaplow, kaplow. See, right here, he ran off and he fell, so yeah, he had to light her up because his partner had fell. Motherfucker fell. Because it wasn't like he was, it wasn't like he took off in a straight line sprint. He was like kind of running like in a circle, like, you know, it was like a circular run. He probably tripped over his own damn feet getting the hell away from there and fell down. So he had to shoot her ass, because if not, she would have stuck that knife. And that looked like it's a pretty good sized knife too. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that knife looked like it was a pretty good one.
Yeah, she had a pretty good sized knife.
If she'd got him anywhere in his torso, it could have been lights out.
Yeah, she would have stuck him. Yeah, she would have stuck him. She would have stuck his ass, man. You know, his partner wasn't having it. His partner was like, absolutely not. I'm killing you. I'm shooting you. I'm doing something.
But again, had that been a black person, in particular a black man, that person would have been dead right there in that gutter right there.
Yeah, a black man would have been shot about here.
Oh yeah.
He'd have been shot. Let me see when the black man would have been shot right here.
No, he would. Right I think he would have been shot when he unsheathed that knife. That would have been it.
When he unsheathed it. Yeah, because she unsheathed it back. Let me see.
Way back there.
I'm not gonna touch your babies, but I need you to put your knife away.
See, right there, he'd have been dead.
Oh, see, right there.
Right there, he'd have been dead. Right there, he'd have been dead. He would have been dead.
If she unsheathed that sucker,
he would have been a goner. Right in front of his kids, he'd been a goner.
Yeah, gun would have been out once he did the unsheathing action. He would have been. What's good, brother Lawrence? I see you up there, brother. Yeah, the unsheathing action would have, at the very least, got the 9mm pointed at him. He done unsheathed it. Oh yeah,
and that would have been it. It'd have been lights out for him. Yeah. And everybody would have been like, well, he pulled a knife. Now, one person would have said anything about, well, he got his kids there. Nope. Everybody would have said, no, he pulled a knife on him. He pulled a knife on him. Forget about the fact he's about 25 feet away. They would have said he pulled a knife. That would have been it.
Ragnarok said she what? All right, let me see.
She yelled Allah Akbar. I don't
did?
know, maybe, I don't know. Maybe to get that go back on never. I didn't hear that.
She yelled Allahu Akbar.
That's what he's saying that she said. Ragnarok said she yelled
as she was chasing as she was chasing the cop, or before that when she was at the other cop, the one who ended up shooting her.
I don't know, man. You may have to play it all just to see, because I didn't hear anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either. Hold on.
I'm not saying it's not true. I just didn't hear it.
I'm not going to touch your babies, but I need you to put your knife away. County 140. We're going to have one at gunpoint. She has a knife. I'm not going to hurt your babies. Hey, I'm not going to hurt your I'm not going to.
Everyone knows every single face, every single name. If something happens to me and my babies, everyone in the whole world.
Hey, listen. We're not. Hold up.
Oh, that's what she's saying when she's yelling insanity. Good catch, Ragnarok, because I didn't even notice that. I remember because Ragnarok was watching when I did this the other night. He was saying that, and I was like, damn, when did she say that? This is what she's yelling.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Hold up. Hey, we're not talking. County 140.
Everyone knows what you're going to do. You can't sit there and say that I'm crazy.
We're not. Hold up.
She is saying that. She is.
That's what she's screaming. Good catch, brother Ragnarok, because I totally missed that shit.
Yeah, I missed that too. But they still allowed her to go and do everything that they. Well, again, we all know why. But they did. They allowed her to go through all of that, and she still didn't get shot.
Well, I'm gonna pull up a picture of this girl. I'm gonna pull up a picture of her, y'all. All right. Because now we went from talking about orders of protection. Now we've entered the realm of T.P.O.T. investigates. Now we at the T.P.O.T. investigates fucking section and shit. All right, because here she is. All right, let me drop this. Drop this.
That was a good catch, Ragnarok. That was a good catch.
Absolutely.
That was a good
well,
catch,
he
man.
said it that night, and I was saying then, I was like, what the hell is he talking about? But he caught it because I heard her screaming, but I couldn't make it out. I just thought it was some, crazy outpatient babble, but good catch, brother Ragnarok. All right. Here she is. This is her, right? This is her.
What is her name?
Sage Crawford.
Sage Crawford? That don't sound like a Muslim name.
No. I think her name is Ariella Sage Crawford. Her first name is Ariella. It's Ariella Sage Crawford is her name. That's her, though. Obviously,
that sounds like some white woman born in Massachusetts. It sounds like nobody that was born somewhere in Iraq. What the hell is she saying? What is her husband?
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I don't know why she was saying that.
I don't know why she's saying that, because I don't see Muslim here. I'm looking at Lily White here. I don't see. Am I missing
she's
something
a white.
here?
Yeah, she's a white girl. She's a white girl.
I don't understand. Why is she saying? Maybe she wanted to die, and saying that will make them look at. I don't see Muslim. I just don't. I don't know why she was saying that.
Yeah, she's a white broad. She's a white broad. She's definitely a white broad.
I mean, she looked like she's straight up from Hunkyville, Massachusetts. I don't what the fuck is going on here?
Let me see. Okay, look like she with a brother here. Maybe. Oh, and it says here. Woman yells Allahu Akbar before charging at officer with a knife.
Oh, see, she with a brother. So
he might.
She been dipped in the black Muslim chocolate. That's what it is.
I told you.
That's
We've entered the realm. We've entered the realm of T.P.O.T. investigates.
That's what it is.
He might have been a Muslim.
Yeah, she been dipping in the black Muslim chocolate, and that influenced her. So that's where the Allahu Akbar. Yeah, she didn't even say it right though, but that's what Allahu Akbar. So okay, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, he probably was a Muslim.
See, now we see. But they still afford her all manner of benefit of the doubt with that knife.
That's what
because I guess because looking at those the officers don't know that she married a black Muslim. They just see a white woman.
Yeah. 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 He done fucked around and brainwashed this insane white girl. He done brainwashed this insane white girl.
That's what happened. She conjures up the spirits of Patty Hearst. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, man. She fuck around with the brother, and he done brainwashed her to make her think that she's something that she not. So the cops run up on her. She like Allahu Akbar with the knife and shit.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Well, that white privilege on it. That white privilege took us so far. So far.
Oh, she was just insane, man. See me. I believe that we have a mental health crisis, man. And a lot of these people with mental problems, man, they run around here undiagnosed. And I was saying a few minutes ago that, if you're going to let crazy people walk the streets, you got to put them in a fluorescent orange and fluorescent lime green straitjacket so we know who they are. If they're going to be walking the streets, fine. You're going to let these crazy people just walk around, fine. You have to put them in a fluorescent lime green straitjacket so
everybody
we know
can
who
see
they
them.
are. Yeah, so we know who they are. We can avoid them. If she had on that fluorescent lime green and orange straitjacket, when the cops pulled up, they'd have been like, "Oh, that's just one of those psych ward outpatients. We out of here." They wouldn't even have stopped.
Or at least don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Yeah, don't shoot. They got on a straitjacket, so it ain't much they could do. Let's just make sure they ain't harming nobody. If they ain't harming nobody, we're gonna leave them alone. Let them continue to walk around here and be great.
The patience that they showed this woman here.
Yeah, man.
Patience they showed her. Oh, that whole logic, that whole argument that they say, well, cops are not social workers. When you see videos like this, it just tears that apart. Because they show patience, and because we can't see what happened off camera. But it's safe to assume, like you said, that officer may have slipped and fell, and that woman was coming at him with that knife, and his partner had to save his life. So they were very understanding up until the last given point.
Because look at the way he's running. Like he's like running kind of sideways at like an angle. Hold up, let me see.
He's not even trying to get his gun out. He hasn't even thought about getting his gun out. Hadn't even thought about it.
Okay, we got some different. We got a different angle here. You got a different angle here.
It look like his partner is got her in his sights. But the one that's running, he not even thinking about shooting this woman. It hadn't even crossed his mind to shoot this woman.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't thinking. But we got a different angle here. Let me see. We're gonna go ahead and let's see here. We got a different angle here because this is T.P.O.T. investigates. Let's see. I gotta see this. I'm surprised I missed this. I didn't check none of this shit before. Let me see.
Where did that camera angle come from? Who was shooting that camera?
It must have been more cops there.
Put the knife down. No! Put the knife down.
No!
Uh-oh.
I don't give a No, I don't have anything to say. Everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows who you are. Those lawyers you scared of?
Hold on, we might see her get shot, y'all. So being that we might just see her, because I don't know what's ahead. I gotta go ahead and do
advised.
I gotta do this right quick. Warning. This T.P.O.T. stream contains scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Negroes. Yeah, gotta throw that in there, y'all, just in case we see her get shot. Give y'all a warning. Fair use.
Those lawyers who have been waiting, they have all the evidence. So kill me now, because they will find out.
He backing up. Look at him, he backing up.
Oh, so he already had the gun. Oh, damn,
Did you hear what users are saying?
They ain't even show the shit. They ain't even fucking show it, man. The fuck? They didn't even show it, but I guess that was a different angle. Yeah, that was a different angle. So that's a totally different angle, though. So that's what was going on the side of the car that we didn't see. This was going on here. I
knew we was ready to see it.
Yeah, this was some shit going on that we didn't see. Oh, this is just a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, we ain't gonna get to see her get shot, y'all. I know y'all's looking forward to that, seeing her getting bucked down, but I don't think we're gonna see that part. Yeah, we ain't gonna see her getting bucked, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, they ain't gonna show us that. They ain't gonna let us see that, man. It's too graphic. It's too graphic.
Even at the officer that shot her, initially he was backing up. He was like, okay, backing up, and that's why I gotta believe that his partner must have failed, and she was coming after him like, oh yeah, I got the drop on him now.
Yeah, that's gotta be because she ran like over to here, right? See where my mouse is? She ran over to here, I believe. So there's gotta be footage of it. That camera had to have caught that because the other cop was over here and he did the Harlem Shuffle to here somewhere. So that footage it's gotta be here, y'all. We gotta.
Oh, it's there. It's there.
It's
somebody in the sheriff department. They haven't leaked it yet.
It's gotta be here.
TMZ haven't paid nobody. They haven't paid somebody enough money yet to leak it.
It's gotta be here, y'all. It's gotta be here. We must find it. We must find it. We gotta find it, man. We gotta find it. See, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look at it first, y'all. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at it first. And then I'll let you know if it's. Yeah, they're not showing it.
I'm telling you,
Oh, but he did fire the taser, y'all. He fired the taser.
Fire the taser. Did he
but
miss?
I think he
hit it.
I think he missed her.
Oh, conveniently. So
He
not
missed
only
her.
did he not mistake the taser for the pistol, he missed the tase.
Yes, he did fire it because I heard it on the video that I just played just now. You heard it, tick, 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 tick,
So
but they don't show
Oh
the shooting, y'all. So I'm not even gonna waste y'all time. Y'all already saw all this bullshit. They didn't show it. Now, but I'll make y'all this promise. If I find that video of her getting bucked down, I will show it on the next stream. I promise. Because I know y'all want to see it. I know y'all want to see it. I know you do. I know you do. If I find it, I'm going to show it on the next stream. I promise. I will show it to you good folk. Just because y'all are fans of T.P.O.T. Investigates. Just because y'all are fans of the T.P.O.T. Investigative Division. I will show y'all that. I promise I will do it. All right. All right. Yeah, but that was a good catch, Brother Ragnarok, because he was saying that when I did this Wednesday, like I said before, but I was like, what the hell? I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? But that's what she was saying. She was saying Allahu Akbar in the beginning. Like, what the hell? Told you the brother brainwashed her, man. He brainwashed her. He knew her ass was already insane. I done told y'all, man, about climbing on top of these insane people. How many times have I told y'all to stop climbing on top of these insane women?
And dropping
You know
babies
they
in them.
insane.
Dropping
Yes.
seeds in them. God damn.
See, you know what it is, Brother Perfect Black, man. And we about to wrap it up, but you know what it is, Brother Perfect Black. There's this thing that she's crazy. She got this really, really good funk box down there. That's kind of the thing. See, that's what it is. The more insane she is, the better the sex is, I guess. So they know she's insane. So of course they want her because they know, boy, that's gonna be a hell of a sex ride, boy. But y'all got to get past that, man. Y'all got to get past that, man, because these women are insane. All right, they're insane. And what do? You get on top of them, busting them, and now you're just helping them reproduce more insane people.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
And as we see there, her white privilege, it can only last but so long. It can only last but so long.
Oh yeah, kaplow.
Right, you can't charge the officer. She was chasing. I mean, imagine. Can you imagine a black man chasing an officer?
Yeah, right.
With a knife,
right.
Or even a black woman. Can you? I mean, just envision that. Close your eyes and envision that.
Yeah, you would have never got the opportunity to do that shit.
It would have never happened. A black woman. It wouldn't have happened.
See, soon as he pulled the knife and didn't immediately drop that shit.
Yeah.
Soon as he pulled that knife and didn't immediately drop that shit, this would have been the response. It'd have been like, drop the knife, and then yeah, that's what would have happened.
That would have happened at first. And he would have got the whole clip. He would have got the entire clip. Not just
drop
a few.
The knife.
He would have got the entire clip.
Yeah,
that gun that gun would have been empty.
She brought this shit on herself though. I mean, this is an instance where I don't even really have a problem with what the police did, man. Because anybody that does this to the police, this is probably how it's going to end up. All right, this is how you're going to end up. You pull out a hunting knife and start chasing the police with it, yelling Allahu Akbar. You're probably going to end up dead in the street. That's probably going to be the outcome. All right, as this shows you, because even little Miss Lily White girl couldn't get away with the shit.
Yeah, little Miss
She's
Muffin
white, lemon pepper. Come on, lemon pepper. Do we know she white for real? Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring up the picture.
She's white. She's white.
She's white. Lemon pepper.
She's white.
She's white. Come on, man.
She's white.
Here, I'm gonna show you one more time before we get out of here, because I think you need to be convinced before you go to bed. That's a white person.
She's white, man. She's white.
What's a white person? She don't look white to you?
She white.
What she look like to you?
She just happens to like brother's dick. That's all. That's all. She like him dark. She like dark meat. That's all. She like dark meat.
Yeah, some of them white women, white. Man, they like black penis, man. I mean, let's be honest, man. Some white women like black penis.
I mean,
it's not a crime.
It's right. It's as old as slavery.
Yeah, that's not a crime. Chasing the cops with the hunting knife is a crime, but chasing the police with a hunting knife is a crime. All right.
She used up all her white privilege in a matter of 2 minutes. She used it all up.
I mean, liking black pecker isn't a crime. Chasing the police with a hunting knife is. All right. That's why she got kaplowed. All right.
She ought to be glad that she didn't get the whole goddamn magazine.
Yeah, I mean,
she didn't get 15 of them. She just got a few of them. She didn't get 15 of them.
Now they're saying that her family members don't look white. Come on, man. How they look then? These are her family members here, right? They don't look white to you?
Man, they white. They just brunette. That's all. They just brunette. They're white, man.
They don't look white to you? I mean, they don't look white? They don't look white to you? She's white. She is white. She's a white girl who fucked up. Kaplow. I think these are her parents here, right? These are her parents.
Yeah. There's nothing black about them. There's nothing black about them.
Yeah.
There's nothing black about them.
Yeah, I believe these are her parents.
Maybe Italian, but that's white. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do believe she's white, y'all. I know y'all want to act like, this girl here is black, but she's not. I mean, this woman right here, she looked like she could be, she could be mixed with something, but that's only one person that looks that brown, looks that brown. She's a white girl. She's Caucasoid. That's what she put on her census report, y'all. She put Caucasoid. All right. Come on. She puts Caucasoid on her. She puts Caucasoid on the census. God damn it. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And like I said, man, if I find that video, y'all, of her getting shot, I will bring it to you. All right. I will bring it to y'all if I find a video of her ass getting shot. I will bring it to y'all. All right. Even if I have to blur it out a little bit or something to keep from get my ass flagged or some shit like that. All right.
Why would you get flagged? You didn't have to blur out the black guy getting blown away. Why you have to blur out?
So we get flagged. Yeah, right.
So they'll flag you for showing the white girl getting blown to goddamn the smithereens, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, they might. Right? They might, man. You never know with this YouTube shit, man. Like,
right.
Some shit.
Right.
Shit they'll flag you for, some shit they won't. It all depends on, I guess, how they feeling that day.
The feminists are always watching, so they probably see that and flag it.
Yeah, you can see men get shot down all day. You put a woman up there getting shot down, there your channel going down. Now your channel's gone. You done show 35 men getting shot. You show one woman, your shit flagged. Like, so yeah. But far as the whole protection thing, man. I'll say this, man. Brothers, be wise, man. First, try not to get an order of protection in the first place. Let's start there. Try really hard to not get one in the first place. But we know shit happens. So, if you do fuck around and get one, please stay the hell away from the woman, man. Please. I'm not going to say that when it comes to, let me turn on my camera. I'm not going to say that the order of protection is the total reason for this brother here you see on the screen being dead. I'm not going to say that, right? I'm not going to say that. But I do believe the order of protection played a part in it. All right? I do believe it played a part in it. Along with all the other things, the other mitigating circumstances and the contributing factors, the fact that the cops had already been there and there was guns there before. They had been there within the last 10 days. One of the cops was there the day before. But I do believe that order of protection, man, played part in it, man. And I do believe that if this brother had abided by this order of protection, maybe, just maybe, he wouldn't have been there that night. Maybe he wouldn't have not been there.
Yeah.
I mean, is it foolproof that he wouldn't have been there? No, of course not. But there's a good possibility if he had not, if he had not violated this order of protection, maybe she ain't on the phone calling the police. All right. Maybe the police ain't there with their guns drawn. Maybe this brother ain't shot dead while he's on the ground with his hands up. I mean, it's something to think about, man. And I'll say again, man, I don't know, what got him the order of protection because I haven't read that information. I haven't discovered it. The old T.P.O.T. investigates division is slacking. I have to get back to him to see what they can find out about that. But I don't know why the brother had an order of protection against him. I have no idea. I don't know. But he did have one against him. So that alone lets you know that, I mean, this girl, she didn't want to be bothered. At least that's what the protection would indicate, right? The order of protection indicates that you don't want to be bothered with the brother anymore. At least that's how I would see it. I know if my woman was to put one on me, that's it. We done.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out.
We are done. Because once you done involve them in our relationship, regardless of why you're doing it, that's a pure indication that you don't want me around no more. So guess what? I'm going to grant your wish. You're not going to have to rub the genie's bottle. I'm going to grant your wish once you do that. So I say to you men out there, if a woman has an order of protection on you, man, stay the fuck away from her, man. Stay the fuck away from her. Because this shit can happen to you too. You get right on that phone, Oh, he's here. He's got an order of protection. He got a gun. He got a knife. He got a tank. He got an army of dogs. He got, women can say anything, man, and the cops are gonna fucking believe them, man. That's just the truth. They're going to believe them over you. All right, you're not going to get a chance to explain what's going on. See that brother? He never got a chance to explain what was going on.
Sure didn't.
He didn't get a chance to explain nothing. They didn't walk up like, what's going on here? Why you here? What's happening? No. Just walk up, hands up, kaplow, 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 kaplow. He fall down, kaplow, 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 some more. So guess what? His side of the story never gets told.
Yeah.
His side of the story never gets told.
And nobody cares to hear his side of the story.
Nope. You can say anything. They can say anything about him now. He's not here to defend himself.
And she's going to back up
anything. Yep.
Exactly. She's going to back up in obscurity. Nobody's going to know who she is, why she made the call, or anything. Just believe all women. Nobody's going to know anything about her unless, except for people that are, except for family members, people that know them personally. Outside of that,
you won't know nothing about her until she put up that GoFundMe for the guy that, she called the police on. Put that GoFundMe up.
So,
man.
But basically, she's gonna just back up into obscurity, just a fade away, as if she never existed, and this man's life is just gone.
Yeah, his life is over, man.
The value of a black man in America, right there.
Yeah.
Snuffed out, just like that. And nobody really knows why. Nobody even knows really why. Nobody knows really why.
Yeah, you got to be wary of it, man. And this goes for you white boys too. All right, don't think I'm just talking to Negroes. I'm talking to you white folks too, because you white folks, y'all got this here.
Yeah,
y'all got to worry about.
Yeah, you got to remember Amber Heard's of the world.
Yeah, y'all got to worry about this here. Y'all got to worry about this white girl. Goddamn it, getting on the phone. See her standing here. See her here.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to worry about her.
But that's a monster. That's a monster they created. They created that monster. That monster right there, they created. They need to own that. They need to own that.
Yeah. Y'all see this white girl up here on the phone, calling the police, because she's quick to get on the phone and call the police about a black man walking around in a parking garage. She quick to freaking call the police on kids selling lemonade and playing basketball in the street. You think she won't call the police on your ass if you violated that order of protection, white boy?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's the power that you gave her, trying to dig a grave for black men. As I say, you be careful of the grave you think you're digging for somebody else. You might be digging your own grave. So there you go.
So it goes for you white people too. It goes for you white people too. Because guess what? Like they say, white people do it too.
And you're right. Again, see Amber Heard. See Amber Heard. Look at that. See Amber Heard. Then destroy the man's whole career by lying.
Oh, shit.
That's right.
But yeah, man. Any part shots, brother Perfect Black, before we get up out of here, brother?
Man, look, thanks for having me up, man. And
absolutely.
Because right, exactly. Because these protection orders, they're part and parcel of false allegations. I mean, they're the partners of them. False allegation comes up, you better bet you're going to have one of those too. And these protection orders, they are being used to circumvent parenting time and parenting time and all of that, and your parenting orders, joint custody orders.
Yeah.
Because they're so easy to just come up and go to a court and get a protection order. But far too many times, men not knowing what the procedure is, they allow these things to occur.
Yeah.
They're not fighting them. They're not, when they get served, they just say, well, I'm not going to go to court because I already got served, and they think that that's the end all be all. But as the stats that you put up, show that while you have these, a whole bunch of cases, protective order cases, drawn, really not many really actually get active.
Yeah.
In comparison to other numbers that are levied. You have a whole bunch of that are levied, but not really a lot. What was it, 400,000?
Yeah.
Out of 1 million, only 400,000 actually gets pretty much gets saved or is authentic, or I forget the language that they use.
They become permanent. They make them permanent.
They become permanent. It's really a small percentage of them.
Yeah.
So that tells you have a lot of guys who are getting these temporary protective orders, but they're being thrown out. Why do you think they're being thrown out? Why do you think so far more are thrown out than that are actually honored? And the ones I would say the ones that are honored are mostly due to people just not even coming up to show for court. So just to fight the case.
Yep.
And that ought to tell you that most of these protective orders that come out, really, most of these don't even hold legal. They don't hold legal water. Otherwise, the numbers wouldn't be so lopsided the way that they are.
Yeah, because a lot of them are just made up, man. Some old conjured up nonsense.
I mean, it's just not a lot. What is that? What 20? What'd you say? 25%?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's not a lot, guys. You can't let these protective orders ruin you. You got to fight it. As soon as you get it, you go to court.
Yeah.
Go to court.
And stay the hell away from her while you're fighting it.
Exactly.
Don't forget that part. Just stay away from there. I don't give a fuck if she do call you.
Stay away from her. Stay away from the environments that she's likely to be in. That's another key too. Stay away from areas where she's likely to be in.
Man, stay away from her mama house. Stay away from them places, man. Quit going to places where she's going to be at. Like, I mean, come on, man. Come on.
We got too many of us that just don't have enough dick discipline.
Yeah. I don't give a shit if she is sending you pictures of her naked. Still stay the hell away from there. Stay the hell away from there.
And to reiterate, I mean, if you do get the notice, you do get served to go to court. And if you lose the case, ask the judge to say, put stipulations to keep her from calling you.
Yep.
Judges are not going to be. They'll normally grant that request. They'll normally do it.
Yeah, man. Protect yourself, brother, because guess
At
what?
all
She's definitely gonna protect herself. That's why she got that fucking order. Get it?
Yeah, and get cameras.
Yeah.
And I am an advocate of camera. Get cameras in your home, man. You got to protect yourself. Have cameras on your persons, in your car, and in your home. Always be ready to defend yourself from false allegations, because as a black man, it is getting really easy. It is easy. It's always been easy, but it's getting easier, progressively easy. To just say a man done something, especially a black man, please, you lose your whole career. Protect yourself at all times. This is a boxing match. You are in the life of boxing match. You need to protect yourself.
Plus there's no such thing as too much protection, man.
Right.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
I got cameras going 24/7. And even at my job, I was telling somebody, I don't even get on the elevator with women by myself. I don't even do that. Do whatever it is that you can so you won't be accused. And if you are accused, have yourself prepared so you can defend yourself. But by no means should you be going back to women that are putting out restraining orders against you. You're a fool if you're going to go to that type of woman. Go back to her. She done burned the bridge and you're going to run your ass across the goddamn river.
Yeah, she don't put an order of protection on you, man. It's over, man. I mean, you got to face the reality that it's over. Like I said, even if she's sending you naked pictures and also kind of foolishness, it in your mind, it need to be over.
It's over.
Because if not, that means you're thinking like her. Because if she's put this order of protection on you and she's freaking sending you naked photos and shit still, like, you know, she's just playing games. Okay, she's fucking with you now. All right. She got this goddamn document on you, but she's still calling you and she's still sending you shit and trying to get you to come over. She's fucking with you, man. You got to understand that. Get your goddamn head out of your fucking boxes and get into the fucking game and tell her ass to leave you the fuck alone. Stay the fuck away from her. Don't take her fucking phone calls. Whatever fucking pictures and shit she's sending you, delete them motherfuckers. Don't answer her text. None of that shit. Don't answer her emails. All right? She show up at your goddamn door, call the police.
Exactly.
Call the police on her ass. Like, look, this fucking woman got an order of protection against me, but she's at my fucking house. Protect yourself the way she's going to protect herself. All right?
Yeah, just understand that use that as a measure of power. If they following that against you, but then they're calling you back and all that for your presence.
Yeah,
that's a measure of control. They're only doing it
bullshit.
to control you. It's a measure of control.
That's bullshit. Don't walk into a goddamn pool of quicksand, man, that you can fucking see right in front of you, brothers. Stop doing that shit. That's what they count on, man. They count on you to walk into a fucking pool of goddamn quicksand. All right? A pool of fucking quicksand. And if you make your way out of that pool, they'll be trying to get you to walk into another fucking pool of quicksand. Stop doing it. You make the rest of us look bad when you do this shit.
Exactly.
Stop doing it. Stop doing it. All right? All right. And they go for you white folks too. All right? You too, white people. Stop doing it, white people. But yeah, we're gonna get and Brother Friedman, yeah, man. They bucked the white girl down, man, in front of her kids. You didn't see it?
In front of her kids.
If you didn't see it, I can pull it up right quick before we get out of here if you didn't see it, brother. I had the T.P.O.T. investigates division of T.P.O.T. to try to find the other footage so we can actually see her getting shot. But, you know, the T.P.O.T. investigates division is slacking. So we couldn't get hold of the footage, brother. Yeah, we couldn't get hold of it. But I got them working on it. And if we find it, we will play it. Yeah, if we find it, we will play it for y'all because we know y'all want to see it. But see, that's a different division of T.P.O.T. That's T.P.O.T. investigates. So, you know, it is what it is. But if you saw it, I won't pull it up. Because if you go ahead and you rewind it a little bit, we were just talking about it. So just pull it back a little bit, I guess. I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes or so, and you'll see it. Because you know me, I was fucking with it and making jokes and all that kind of bullshit, Brother Friedman. So, you know, you're bound to see it, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna get out of here. I appreciate you coming up, man, tonight with me, man, and riding shotgun with me, brother. Perfect Black, man. I appreciate it, my
course,
brother.
Man. Of course, but you know, I got a barbecue to prosecute tomorrow, so I got to prepare this meat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
all right, man.
well.
My brother, man. I appreciate you coming through, man.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for having me up, bro.
You got it, brother. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Lemon Pepper, y'all know you're a sucker for snow bunnies. Yeah, I don't deny that. I know You know, I know a lot of us black people love white folks. I say it all the time. I've been saying it for years. I've been saying that for years. I mean, other people are starting to say it now, but X has been saying it for years, Lemon Pepper. For years, I've been saying it. I actually have a video called "You Hate White People?" ? And I think I did that shit in like 2017. All right. I've always known that a lot of us black folks love white people. All right. Love white folks. Can't get enough of them. There was a pill to take to turn some of us white. The fucking drugstore wouldn't be able to keep them shits on the fucking counter. They wouldn't be able to keep them shits on the counter. In about 6 months, it'd only be like 1,000 white people in America. I mean, it'd only be like 1,000 black people left in America in like 6 months. Shit, they would love to be white. Where do you think the blonde hair and the blue contacts come from? And the fucking rhinoplasty and all this kind of bullshit. What do you think that's about? And people are always talking about, oh, white people want to be like us. I kind of find that hard to believe. When you walking around here with blonde hair and blue contacts and getting rhinoplasty and all this kind of bullshit. What are those, black features? Are those black features? Those blue eyes, that blonde hair? Those are black features? Kind of black people y'all know. Shit, and of course, they always justify it, you know. Full of shit, man. They love white folks. They love white people. They can't get enough of them. Can't get enough of them. Shit, if they could have a white girl, they would. If they'd have a white man, they would. They could give birth to a white kid, they would. Come on, man. Come on. I'm out of here. But yeah, man, we're going to get on up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming through tonight, man. Good stuff tonight. Another Saturday night. We usually do the ridiculous race game on Saturdays, but I figured I would do this, you know, tonight instead. You know, I would do this tonight instead because I wanted to talk about these orders of protection, man. You know, and I don't want men to find themselves caught up with this bullshit, man. You know, I mean, brother Quadri Saunders, you know, I you know, at this case, that case fucked with me. And the fact that an order of protection was involved, that's what got me to do this tonight. Because like I said, man, I've seen it firsthand, man, with these fucking women, man, make up shit and get this order of protection, and fucking 3 days later, they on the fucking phone calling a dude for some dick. 2 days later, letting the dude come back in the fucking house. What the fuck is the sense of having an order of protection if you're still going to be fucking the guy? What's the sense? You're still going to be fucking the guy. Put up with whatever you're going to put up with, and let it be that. If you're going to have an order of protection on the guy, leave the fucking guy alone. You can't have it both ways. You can't say I want an order of protection, but I still want to fuck him. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. I want the order of protection, but I still want to fuck the guy. I still want him to come over and fuck me. Come on, man. If that's the case, whatever he did to you for you to get that order of protection must have not been that fucking bad, because you still want to fuck with him. You still want to lay up with him. You still want to lick his balls. Couldn't have been that bad, right? According to you. According to your own metrics. Because you got this document on this guy. but you're still calling his cell phone. You're still texting him. Still sending them pictures of your old funk box. Why? And men, I'll say again for like the 6th time tonight, you got to order protection on you, man. Stay the fuck away from this woman. Stop talking to her. Quit accepting her phone calls. Quit calling her. Leave her the fuck alone, man. Because the order of protection is the same as saying, it's over. But that's all. We're going to get up out of here, man. Once again, man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. You know, I don't take you good folks lightly, man. I never have and I never will. You got my word on that. All right? Appreciate all of y'all coming through, man. You could have been anywhere on a Saturday night, man, and you decided to be here. And it is appreciated, man. Stay tuned, man. Actually, Wednesday, I haven't put the thumbnail up, but actually, Wednesday, we're going to have a special guest here, man. I got an interview coming up. I guess I'll have the thumbnail up either tomorrow or Monday. Special guest coming through, man. The brother's name is Christian. Let me see. Christian Hutchinson is his name. Yeah, Christian Hutchinson. And this brother is rich. And he's going to talk to you and give you a formula on how you could possibly get rich too. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm going to bring a rich person in on Wednesday. And they're going to be giving you some ideas that might could make your ass rich. How about that? How about that, Negroes and white people? Yeah. So be here Wednesday night, man. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You know. But yeah, we're going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming by. Special shout out, man, to my brother Perfect Black, for coming through and riding shotgun with me. And with that, I will leave you good folk with 3 words. You know, like I always do. Open your mind.
Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus. The Frotist. Dark Exodus.
Open your mind.
You know. know.
Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus.
You understand?
Yeah, X.
You understand? Open your mind.
Dark X. Yeah, X.
You know.
You understand?
Yeah, X.
Open your mind.
Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus.
Only from T.P.O.T Media. Open your mind.